Now they'll move it to Axe. Look in the middle, don't score. The roommates. Bridge to Orlando.
This episode is proudly sponsored by Edvative Learning. If you are an education major or anyone considering a career in teaching, you won't want to miss this. Edvative Learning is an innovative educational consulting company that is revolutionizing the way aspiring teachers prepare for their careers. As a proud sponsor of the Lax Lounge podcast and Cabrini Lacrosse, Edvative is here to help you take your teaching aspirations to new heights. Edvative offers a comprehensive one-on-one coaching program tailored specifically for those interested in entering the teaching profession. With Edvative's coaching program, you'll receive personalized guidance and support to help you succeed in your career. They provide mock interviews, guided job searches, resume optimization, and much more. Their team of experienced educators and career coaches will equip you with the skills and knowledge needed to excel in the competitive world of teaching. One of the most incredible aspects of Edvative's coaching program is their guarantee. Yes, you heard it right. They guarantee at least one job offer within the first 3 months of coaching. That's an amazing opportunity you don't want to miss. For just $250 per month, Edvative guarantees that you will receive at least one job offer. Imagine the peace of mind knowing that your investment in coaching will lead to tangible results. It's an offer you can't afford to pass up. So whether you're a current education major, a recent graduate, or someone looking to make a career change into teaching, Edvative Learning is here to support you and guide you in every step of the way. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to secure your job as a teacher. Visit their website at www.edvative.com to learn more about their coaching program and how they can help you kickstart your teaching career. Once again, that is www.edvative.com.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here in the Lax Lounge. We got ourselves another guest joining us here today. Should be a fun conversation. Nick, who do we got in our guest chair today?
We have the Fogo of the 2023-2024 men's lacrosse team of Cabrini University, Mr. Johnny McCormick.
How we doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
Doing well. How about you?
Doing great. Had a good day.
Good.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Sunday. A little bit chilly. A lot of it chilly, actually.
Way colder.
Started to hit that point in the winter where it is freezing cold outside, and it is especially fun to coach when it is freezing cold and you're kind of just standing there. But that's enough about us. We got our boy from McCormick Landscaping. You see it on the screen right there. He's repping his own brand. We'll probably get into that a little bit later.
100%.
But first, we got a little fast five question that we need to go through.
Fast 5 questions.
All right, let's hear it.
Everybody gets it. 5 quick questions, simple answers, no more than a sentence. We're going to start off. Let me pull up my notes. Favorite superhero?
Oh, God. Not much of a superhero person, but I'm going to have to go Spider-Man. Just,
It's a good pick.
Quality.
OG.
Favorite food on Thanksgiving?
I'm going to have to go with mashed potatoes. Huge mashed potato guy.
Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Favorite movie?
Oh, Jesus. I'm going to have to go Hangover.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who do you like more, Woody or Buzz?
I'm going to have to go with Woody.
That was some good-ass questions.
Now I have a 6th question.
Okay.
In a fight to the death, who do you have winning, Woody or Buzz?
Oh, I'm going Buzz, for sure.
I got Woody.
Really?
He has a 6-shooter.
Okay, yeah, but
Buzz has armor and all this cool
he has
stuff.
a
Buzz is
space
also.
suit.
Have you seen his laser beam?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I guess you
Wait.
And he can fly.
Good point. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, he can glide.
Yeah,
Glide in style.
I mean, technically Woody could fly too, but you just have to throw him.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
I have a hot take about Thanksgiving food.
Okay.
Don't say cranberry sauce.
No,
God.
I do love cranberry sauce though.
Like Jello.
I do not.
I'm a big
Creeps me
fan,
out.
but I've never been a big fan of mashed potatoes.
Really?
My entire life.
I like them when they have bacon and cheese.
The
in them.
loaded ones.
Loaded. Yeah.
No, I've never been a mashed potato
All
fan.
right, so throwing it back to you, what is the favorite Thanksgiving food?
Oh, I gotta say stuffing.
Really?
Because also homemade stuffing.
Yeah, are you the homemade or the Stouffer's?
Homemade?
Okay.
You have to. It's my mom's. So my great grandma, I want to say, she has a recipe that we'd always do, and it's gas. And I was always on stuffing duty because it's pretty easy for
So you're saying you like to stuff the turkey?
Absolutely.
Okay, fist and all.
Yes.
Great.
Everything
What
that
a guy.
Good to know. Good to know.
I love putting all the carbs in the turkey.
Perfect.
But yeah, that's my go-to. I'm always especially leftovers too. It's just that much better.
Now I gotta ask, after Thanksgiving, are you guys let's make the turkey sandwich with all the stuff from the leftovers. Is that like your go-to the next day?
I'll make a turkey sandwich with turkey.
Yeah, that's it though.
Yeah.
Like you don't put like the corn and the mashed potatoes and the stuffing all in and just
Nope.
like like the Wawa guy.
Not a
Not the
gobbler,
gobbler.
No?
Nah.
Okay. All right.
Not a big fan of cranberry sauce.
Well, I don't me neither, but I leave that out.
Yeah.
But everything else, it's pretty good.
I liked stuffing. I want to say like 1 year in my entire life, and then I don't know, something just ran with it.
Something changed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
I just remember because I used to be really big like texture guy, and I just couldn't get over like it just kind of looks disgusting.
I mean, yeah.
And then I first tried it, I was like, "Yo,
This is really fucking good.
this has got something here. It's got something." And I figured out like what it actually was, and now I'm hooked.
You're hooked.
It's the best.
You're the stuffing guy.
I am the stuffer.
Favorite movie, Hangover?
I think so.
It's a great,
I think that's
great movie. What you got a favorite quote?
I don't think so. They're all pretty good.
Dude, yeah.
I mean,
Part 2 or part 3? Because part 1 obviously is superior, but which one comes after that?
I think I'm just gonna go 2.
I think
honestly,
2 is the right answer.
Yeah.
3 is kind of just like you're just like carrying on for too long.
They made a third movie.
Yeah, like they just like checked the box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We made 3.
They knew that it would make money.
Now it's kind of like if you make a 4th, it's like unless you like revamp the whole thing. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
Nah, they shouldn't.
No, I remember my freshman year, we were, our group was me, Wyatt, Jono, Gers. We went as the characters from The Hangover. So I was Dr. Stu, which was like
Yeah, I mean that.
perfect.
Yeah,
it's on par.
legitimately.
Gers' girlfriend like drew the from part 2 when he was Mike Tyson's tattoo.
Oh my god.
Drew that on me. Just had simple glasses,
Perfect.
a polo, and khakis. So awesome. Think Jono was what's his name? Zach Galifianakis' character.
Yeah, that definitely.
With the fucking baby. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
went out and got like a little harness and
Carlos?
a little baby. And then Wyatt was supposed to be Bradley Cooper. And again, this
Okay.
all made sense.
Yeah,
You'll never
it all
guess,
adds up.
You'll never guess who Gers was.
Who?
Chung. Again,
I mean,
made perfect sense.
definitely works. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, that was awesome. Definitely one of the best ones we've had.
Yeah.
Big Spider-Man guy?
No, not at all.
Really?
Like honestly, never watched any Marvel movies.
That's fair enough.
Never like got into it. I don't know why.
How about,
Everyone
like
loves it.
Amazing Spider-Man and
No,
just
dude,
Spider-Man?
no, just OG Spider-Man.
Just
That's
OG
about
Spider-Man?
it.
Tobey?
I literally,
Yeah.
I don't know anything else really.
Yeah.
I did go see Endgame in theaters. I don't really remember a whole lot of that, but it was cool with the, it's
Crazy.
probably the coolest part I remember. But
No,
other than that, no.
I
not much.
only got into Marvel like it was freshman year of college
There
because
you go.
Wyatt was a huge Marvel fan,
Really.
massive, still is, and like my parents were really into it, and I just like I don't know,
Yeah,
it wasn't really my thing.
Yeah.
And then finally, I kind of gave it a chance, and now I'm very hooked.
You're hooked.
Like
You're hooked.
when all the new movies come out, it's also fun because we'll just do it as a group. Like, we'll
Yeah,
go as
yeah.
a team and watch it. And
Exactly.
It's like, okay, glue guy, like just gotta go.
Yeah. I
So
don't even know who that is, but yeah.
you
Exactly.
don't know what a glue guy is?
Nope.
Dude, it's the people that like keep the team together. The glue.
He thought you were talking about
Oh, I thought that was like a
superhero, bro.
superhero.
Oh. No. Like that's just me.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's
I
his superpower.
Possibly
Makes
that,
sense.
That could.
He creates glue.
Dude, maybe I am.
Yeah, right.
So that's something that I thought
Stuffed
about.
turkeys.
Elmer's.
That's something I thought about this weekend.
Glue the ass.
Is I'll just start carrying around a bottle of glue with me, and like we'll nominate one person who's going to be the glue guy for the weekend. Like you
Okay.
put the bottle in their locker, and it's like
That
fuck.
just happens.
Like I'm the glue guy. Like I have to make sure that I keep this team together.
You got to make the plans. And
Yeah.
everything. All right.
You're going to be out on a Saturday night and forget that it's in your pocket.
Oh my.
And I'm just going to randomly ask you, like, yo, you got the glue? And you're going to be like,
Wait, hold on.
yeah, I actually do.
Dude, last night I had we had a little mini football because we went to the Ursinus football game, and
Oh,
somehow
I saw that.
we got one from the crowd, and literally I was carrying this thing around with me all night, and I would just toss it to people and be like, "What's rule number 1?" Fucking throw it at them, and they'd try to catch it because rule number 1's ball control. And it was hilarious because I would like toss it up in front of people and be like, "What's rule number 1?" They'd drop it, I'd pick it up, I'd be like, "Ball control, ball control." And just like get so mad at them and
People
walk
are like,
away.
you're like, what?
Oh my god, people probably thought it was a freak.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if someone were to just throw a ball at you and be like, what?
What's rule number 1?
Yeah, right?
I don't know. Yeah,
funny.
little stuff.
Yeah, little things, like always.
So let's get into you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What do you want?
Let's stuff you real quick.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Like a turkey.
Yeah. What do you got?
When were you born?
I was born in April of 2002.
Very specific. I did not know you were a 2002 baby.
I am.
That is actually insane.
Mhm.
I always forget you're only a year older though.
Yeah.
That's also what I forget.
Yeah, I get that sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I mean, all of the things that you've done in your personal life so far,
Yeah.
some people would highly doubt that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You could say that, I guess.
Yeah, it really is crazy. 2002. Wow, I'm
Yeah.
June of 2002.
Yeah, so you're like literally there.
A couple months after.
Seriously.
And what are you? You're a 3.
And I'm
February 03.
yeah,
nerd.
I'm the 24th, so I'm like the end.
Oh,
So,
shit.
like, I'm
Your
pretty-
birthday's April 24th.
That it is. Fun fact, my roommate Kyle Cotillo, we share a birthday.
Wow.
In case you guys wanted to know.
I asked out my girlfriend on your birthday.
No way. And how many years or whatever it is now?
Year and a half.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
It's a magical day, to say the
Magical.
least.
Yeah, great day.
Yeah, it really did suck though, because his 21st birthday was my 20th birthday, and it's like, no one gives a fuck about you, dude. Like, you're just there.
But, I mean,
But then it all came around, and he's
Exactly.
22 and old, and I'm just cool again. You know?
yeah. And he looks 25.
Yes, he does, and he
Yeah.
acts like it. So
For all those listening, Cockatella episode 19?
just look for the
18, 19.
look for the longest one.
Yeah, I think
That's a
it's
good point.
It's like 2 days long.
3
like,
hours, I think.
It's a good one. It's a banger.
If
That's
you're driving across
yeah.
country,
Yeah.
that's the one to listen
He
to.
wears
Tidy
tidy
whities.
whities. Yeah, that was a big one.
amazing.
Big takeaway.
Still awesome. So tell us a little bit about your background growing up. So you're a local guy from around here.
Yeah, Springfield, Delco. Still live there. My parents obviously are from there, but I grew up there. Great neighborhood. Ton of kids. Literally every day we're out playing street hockey. Every night, kick the can, manhunt, everything. The whole
You name
nine.
it.
Yeah, we're just out in the neighborhood all day. Always played sports with everyone. It was great. You go to Township League. We all carpool. Actually, my roommate now, Brett Googs, we live legitimately 2-minute walk from each other. So we just like carpool practices. Always fun. What else? We did a lot of stuff. A lot of dumb shit too. That's for sure. We had a few interesting.
You lived a little.
Yeah, we definitely did. People falling out of trees and all kinds of stuff. So
I find that fascinating that you and Googs, like I think about this, like going back to you grew up. You said like what 2 blocks away from each
legitimately,
other.
my house is like 3 in from the corner, and then you walk down one street, and he's like 6 houses down.
And now somehow, some way, you two got into a position where you're living together. That just like kind of blows me away.
I didn't even. If you would have told me that would happen, I would have zero idea. It's just, you know.
And you guys always known each other.
Oh
right?
yeah, for sure. Like I see him all the time. So
Just another kid on your block,
exactly,
essentially.
another one of them.
Yeah. So
We had some good times.
I mean, I know obviously you went to EA high school. Were you a Springfield kid? Were you the Catholic route?
No, never actually. Never did any of that. I was just always Township League.
Always.
Never played for any of that.
How about school?
Schooling, I went to Springfield until 7th grade, transferred out of there, and went to Episcopal for 7th and 8th, and then all high school.
Okay.
And then after that, obviously, I'm here. So, you know.
Do you think it's a decision that you would make again? That you would hope that your kid would make?
Go to Episcopal, you're saying?
Yeah.
From a public school? Definitely a bit of a change, to say the
Okay.
least. Like, you're a Delco guy, you know. The kids, the personalities, the whole nine. So going from that to private school education was a little different. The kids are like, oh, what are we doing this weekend? You want to play golf at this country club? I'm like, what the fuck's a country club? Like, what are we doing? Me and my buddies are going to go play Manhunt if you want to come. But
Right.
no, it's definitely weird. Academics were hard, very hard. Struggled at first, like fucking borderline failing classes. Towards the end, got better because, you know, you get used to it and everything. But made some really good friends, had a really good time. I mean, the coolest part was going to the houses, dude. Like, let me tell you. Some of these houses are like
Unreal.
unreal. It's just like you get lost trying to find the bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's like they have like all these cool cars and shit. And you're like, wow, this is legit. But that's probably like, I don't think I would have changed it. And I definitely would advise, like if I would have my kids, I would probably want them to go to like private school.
Yeah, I did a similar transition. I've said this many times. Like I transferred into a private Catholic school,
Yeah.
sophomore through senior year, and my like welcome to prep school, or like kind of this is a private school, big deal
Yeah.
moment. I was at a lift, And we were like I was just shooting the shit with this guy. It was like a month in school. I'm still trying to meet people.
Yeah.
And we're talking. He's like, dude, I need some advice. Like, I'm going to a winter ball with these people from Lakeside. And Lakeside's like very, very rich,
Very
prep
wealthy.
school.
Yeah.
Like, if I thought like O'Day was a good school, Lakeside was like
Top
all
tier.
the way up there.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to winter ball. Like, I don't even know what to do, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm so nervous about my date. I'm like, oh, like, who's your date? And he said, Phoebe Gates, which is Bill Gates' daughter. He's taking her to the winter ball. I literally just dropped my jaw all the way to the floor.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
why are you asking me for advice?
Yeah, you're like, I'm probably the last person to ask right now.
And also, like, there's no way I'm talking to a guy who's taking Bill Gates' daughter to formal.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Unbelievable. And like you said, I mean, just some of the people that you meet and like you hang out at their house, you're just like, holy fuck.
I mean, it's like, I met a good group of guys that I'm still very close with now. Mostly Delco kids that transferred in for sports and stuff, but like we all hung together. We had good times, you know, a lot of memories with those guys. But there's also the kids that like you're friends with, and like you see them out, like, hey, what's going on? But like, you know, like kind of go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's like yeah. Kind of a douche.
Did you ever have to deal with like the two friend group kind of things where it's like
All
you
the
had your
time.
EA friends, your hometown friends?
It's like I live in Springfield and all these kids go out and like they all live like Newtown Square, Malvern, Pale, all that stuff. So it's like, do I just stay local and go to like Springfield high school football game? Like, you know, that the whole, you know, that scene, or do I go out and hang out in one of their giant houses? It's like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
Got to make up my mind. So it's kind of split it, you know, you kind of like, hey, I'll do this tonight, maybe hang with you guys tomorrow.
If you had ever caused any problems?
No, I don't think so. A lot of my friends from Springfield met a few of my Episcopal friends, and they like actually are pretty close now too.
Wow.
So I kind of merged those two, which is good.
That's always
Somewhat, you know.
Would you
a
say-
few of them?
Would you say even today, like you still have good relationships with both of them? Like,
Oh yeah,
you're
without
still
a
very
doubt.
tight.
We went out last night for Hunter's 21st in
Yep.
Westchester, and I saw like 3 or 4 guys and girls that I literally hung out with like every weekend in Springfield, and I was like, "How you guys doing?" Long time, like literally talking like we still hang out. So it's like still have those friends, still have my high school friends that literally have met them before, and then I have all you guys now. So it's like built a pretty good friend group over time, which is nice.
got a nice circle.
Yeah, for sure.
That's always good.
Yeah, I always joke that like I live 3 lives. Like I
Yeah,
have
it's wild.
my life before I got to O'Day, my life at O'Day, and my life in college.
Yeah, it's crazy. You just meet so many different people and so many like memories, and it's crazy.
And it's cool too, like to get to a point where you guys can go away. Like I can move across the country and go to school,
Yeah.
and then come back and still like pick up right where we left off.
Exactly. It's like you literally move. Like that was kind of like not physically. You literally fucking drive. Like, how many hours is that?
For me,
Or you fly, obviously. But I
just
mean,
6-hour flight.
you literally fly across the fucking United States.
it's a couple
But-
thousand miles.
Yeah. But like for me, it was like, all right, I'm going to Newtown Square Friday for school, hang out with those dudes during the day, come back to Springfield and hang out with all those people. It's like you're going back and forth all the time, and it's like nothing really changes. You don't skip a beat. It's like you go back to school Monday, you're still buddies with them. You go back home on the weekend, you're still buddies with them. It's like nothing changes.
Is there
at
anything
all.
big that happened at Springfield during your time in high school that you missed? That like you wish, part of you wishes that you were there for it? Anything like you can recall?
I don't know. I mean, I always missed the fact of like playing high school sports with my buddies that I grew up with. Like I missed the whole like I played ice hockey, I played football, and I played lacrosse, and I missed playing with all the guys I grew up with. You know what I mean? Like we played township league till like I don't know 7th, 8th grade, but like after that you kind of get into like the next step, and I feel like I kind of missed that with those dudes. But like then again, I did a whole different chapter at a whole other school with other people. Like I didn't really I don't know. I don't even know how to like describe it. You miss the chapter there, but then you gain a chapter somewhere else.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But like that's like my one thing, not playing sports with my buddies.
Yeah, I
like
can
grew up with.
can
You know
definitely
what I
see
mean?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that
I
was
think,
probably the only thing though.
I think we talked a good bit about older John. Let's go to younger John. I just heard you said you played 3 sports as a child.
Yeah.
Let me
I
hear
was
about that.
always I
Little
actually
John.
started
Oh, John.
you guys will never guess this. I started off playing soccer and baseball.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was actually pretty good at soccer when I was a young buck. I was flying around, being a little demon on the field. But baseball, my dad always played baseball. He was actually very good. Got scouted by the Pittsburgh Pirates. True story.
Wow.
You look at him now and you're like, holy fuck, this guy actually played a sport at one time. But extremely athletic, very good at baseball. So I played up until, I want to say like 4th grade. Was always playing, you know. Then I kind of made the switch to lacrosse after that. But when I was a kid, I always played like soccer, always played football, played baseball, and then I, like, most of my life played hockey. Love hockey, probably one of my favorite sports to play, honestly. So much fun. And then kind of like as the years go on, you kind of pick 2, you know, pick 3-ish. But that was kind of my childhood. I kind of just played a lot of sports, and, you know, like everyone does, I feel like. But
Did you pick up lacrosse really naturally? Because did you start playing lacrosse before hockey, or was it hockey?
no,
before
hockey was
lacrosse?
first. I always played street hockey, roller hockey, like deck hockey, and then I finally got ice. But I started playing lacrosse because my cousin Joey DiBernardi, they were always the lacrosse people in our family, and I kind of just like was like, this is pretty cool. Like, would go throw around with him because he lived like a block or 2 away too, and it's like picked it up and like kind of enjoyed it, and then just went out for a team, tried out. You know, never really made the A teams, always made the B teams, but it was fun. You know what I mean? Just going out and, you know, shooting the ball. Always played offense. I never got into defense for some reason. I don't know why.
Were you a midfield attackman, or?
Usually attack. That was my spot when I was a young buck.
It's starting to make sense. Now I'm seeing parts of your game where I can just see the inner attackman.
Yeah, I actually did play attack in high school for my freshman and some of sophomore year.
Really?
Yeah,
When-
at Episcopal. JV,
When did you
obviously,
start
so.
taking face-offs? Was that like a lifetime thing? Like you started playing
No,
lacrosse? Just...
never took face-offs until I want to say like end of sophomore year.
Really?
Wow.
Swear to God. Never took a face-off in my life.
Holy cow.
I mean, I would dabble with it during Township League just because, like, you don't have, like, a
You don't have a
designated
photo.
guy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But I never actually, like, practiced it until, like, I would say junior year of high school, which is interesting, to say the least, because I am a Fogo now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, never really got into it. But here we are.
And I feel like a lot of younger kids too start to specialize way earlier when it comes to like being a now they call them face-off athletes, but
Yeah.
like a typical Fogo, like
Yeah.
face-off, get off.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like nowadays I'm looking at, like, the Philly Face-Off League and all those dudes. It's like they got kids that are, like, fucking 8 years old taking face-offs, and, like, how good are they going to be when they get to, like, high school?
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you've been practicing since you were 8 years old, like, it's unreal.
Yeah, and you already know that's like their parents, like
Oh, 100%.
basically breeding them to be
Yeah,
like
it's like,
God at
I
taking
know-
face-offs.
It's like the parents know every college team needs a Fogo.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And if your son can get good, he's going to go somewhere good and get a lot of money to go there.
I remember
So-
I want to say I was like a 7th grader, and Christmas rolled around. My parents, one of the gifts they got me was tickets to the Final Four on Delaware's campus,
Oh, yeah.
and it was sick. It was Drexel in Denver,
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, and Hopkins, and maybe it was Duke. I think it was.
I was gonna say
It was Duke.
Drexel in the Final
Yeah,
Four.
That's how- yeah, it was
unheard
holy
of. Back
shit.
Yeah, Drexel, Denver, and it was Duke because Montgomery. I think it was his like freshman year. Or something.
Nakai Montgomery.
I think it was his freshman year, or it was Miles Jones. I remember.
No, it had to be Miles Jones.
Then
Because
it-
Nakai
yeah.
Montgomery was like his
was
freshman
recent,
year.
yeah.
We would have been in middle school. Not even. We would have been in high school.
All right, so then it was Miles Jones, but yeah, I remember it was like a good matchups, and yeah, Drexel was in the Final Four for some whack reason.
Yeah, like you would have never thought.
Yeah,
I mean, now looking at them, it's like, not to throw any shade or anything, but like, you don't see it. They're not like Drexel, like, oh, they're like
they're
sick.
top 25.
They're a good
they're
team,
they're
but
not
like,
top
it's not
10.
like Final Four.
Yeah,
Ever,
yeah,
you
no.
know what I mean?
They'll
But-
compete in the CAA
For
but,
sure.
like,
Especially with the Ivy League now. Like,
Dude,
10 years ago, the Ivy League good, but that's
nowadays it's like
Yeah.
top of the line. Shit.
yeah.
I mean, it was when Yale came in, won the Natty, and went back to the Natty, losing to Virginia. But everyone's like, "Holy shit! Like Yale can do this."
Yeah, like Ivies are coming in hot.
What was Ben Reeves? Right?
Yeah, Ben Reeves. Oh my
gross.
god, he was unreal. Who was the? They had a midfielder too. He was just a stud. I'm totally blanking
44.
on his name. Yeah. Well, they had it was Matt Gaudet.
Gaudet,
He was a freak,
Yeah.
and he was just, I mean, an absolute.
Yeah.
And then
C-gen.
TD, obviously.
Yeah,
T.D.
there's
Erlin
that.
picking him up. Well, it's funny because he
was
didn't even.
He was the essential piece to their game. And that's exactly what I was getting to with this story I was telling was after we left, my dad was like, why does that guy just take a face off and get off? And I remember I was like, "That's called a fogo." And
Yeah,
he was like,
it's literally
he's like,
simplest task
he's
if
like,
you're good at it.
people like they get recruited for just that, and like it clicked in his head immediately. Like, oh my god, that's like the most important position because if he wins every time, you have the ball
Every time. Exactly.
And like I remember just like after that, I mean, Baptiste already played when TD was in college.
Yes.
Where I think Baptiste was in college when I went to see that.
It's definitely a possibility.
If it was 7th grade, I think so.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I think
Probably.
Baptiste was, I think he was on the national championship team, but I think he was young, so I don't know if he played when Denver won it all.
Denver definitely beat Drexel that year because I don't think Drexel has ever been to a championship game. But yeah,
Well, you know who it was? Because Denver beat Notre Dame in the semifinal. And it was like iconic Wesley Berg. It was an OT. He caught the ball, and it was the call from Anistroff, Berg, Will, ball game, and like the crazy ending for how they got into the championship game. That's how it was in the semis for Denver. I know that for a fact.
I don't even remember.
was it the around the world?
That was in that game. Yes,
That was the final
I
goal.
do remember seeing that.
It wasn't the final
Was it
goal,
the-
but
It was one of the final goals.
Yeah, that was late in the fourth quarter, I
Okay.
think. But yeah, that was on
I do remember seeing
because
that.
Notre Dame was the number one team in the country at that time, and everyone like had picked them to win it all.
Yeah.
And Denver was the underdogs who had just gone on a crazy run, and then all of a sudden knocked them off. I forget who they played in the championship. Might have been
Duke, Virginia.
Could have been Duke.
Duke was in it a lot.
Yeah,
back
they
in
were.
the day.
They really were.
Yeah.
Hopkins was in it a good bit too.
Yeah.
They always made it to like the late
Yeah,
8.
the 8.
Hopkins, are they back this year?
Uh,
Hopkins was back last year.
I don't know.
You
I
see,
believe them.
who's at North Carolina? And maybe I saw a picture the other day and I didn't know until I saw it.
David Petromall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Him and Metzbauer, the old Amherst head coach, they're over there because Metzbauer, he left UNC to go to Denver to be their offense coordinator. John Thompson, I think, is the Amherst head coach who's now the offense coordinator. I saw Inside Lacrosse did like a fall ball recap on them, and it looks interesting because Petro is there coaching his sons, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't even seen Don Petromalo like in college lacrosse because he was injured last year. So I'm very excited to see that.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
And they were good last year, North Carolina.
They were solid, yeah.
Yeah.
They were.
They got I think it's Lance Tillman, I think, is back. He's like one of their best players.
Mhm.
It's gonna be a really interesting year of Division I college lacrosse.
I agree.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of good teams.
A lot of good teams, a lot of good athletes.
And a lot of good players left.
Yeah,
Got drafted or just
Yeah.
graduated.
or like the portal, like how a
Sure.
bunch of guys had to
dude.
jump around.
Exactly.
Josh Salata's on Duke. You got Simmons and the other guy from Princeton who go to Syracuse. TD's brother Chase Erlin, he's at Hopkins now. Like it's gonna be really interesting how that all shapes out.
Yeah.
You got what's his name over at Virginia?
Oh yeah, Crack Boyden, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't he like do well in their fall ball?
Very.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He's gonna be one of their starters, I believe. Because I was reading
Makes
a write up that Xander Dixon is the guy who set the all time or single season goals record last year for Virginia, graduated, and Boyden's filling into his spot like perfectly.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean they have a similar game style where they can finish the ball. He's a quarterback style facilitator.
Exactly.
Can play off Schellenberger. Can play off if Truett Sunderland's in there. Peyton Cormier. Like they have a bunch of great players that can work in a system.
Bro,
Well,
how old's Peyton Cormier?
I think he's like 23, 24.
I feel like that bull's been in college lacrosse for the past like 6 years.
Yeah, I mean everything with COVID it is like
True.
It
Yeah,
just
Everything
like
is
we're
messed
the
up.
last class. Actually, you guys are the last class.
I'll be the last class of people that can take a fifth year.
So
Yeah,
it's like Cormier was on Virginia when they won
in 19.
in 19. Yeah.
Jesus.
So I mean, if I said this is true freshman year,
I don't get people that do like the 6 years of college lacrosse.
Yeah.
How does your
Body.
body take it?
I mean, dude.
2, don't you want to like start a life?
Yeah,
Get a fucking job, dude.
we're
Like,
struggling here with like 3 years of college lacrosse.
Yeah,
We're just
dude.
like, oh my god, everything hurts.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
I guess we
crazy.
just gotta take better care of our bodies.
Pretty much. Dude, I've been going to this physical therapist guy ever since I got my back injury. Dude, I am actually in love with this.
Really?
Like, he just puts me through the ringer. I've never felt better in my
Is
life.
it like exercise wise or like
So
Massage
at first
wise, like,
it
what's-
was he's a chiropractor.
Okay.
And at first I was just going.
definitely need to see one of those.
Oh, he's
Let me tell you.
let me
My
get
lower
you
back
to
is
Dr.
done.
G. Dr. G's the man. It started out with just like a bunch of stretching and like going on these different machines and like hydrotherapy and like chiropractic adjustments. Last week though, they just started doing me on a program of like strength building. So like it was doing leg press, like glute extensions, like all just kind of accessory movements, kind of help like strengthen up around.
Yeah.
Still have a little bit of soreness down there. But it was like kind of crazy. We did it today, and obviously Max benched. Was that Thursday? No, it was Wednesday.
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday we had off Thursday.
We had off Thursday, right? And going into practice, I was kind of worried because I was like, dude, like I was doing like 30 reps on leg press, like just kind of grinding everything out, and I felt so loose. I felt great. So I mean, I've been loving that, and it's like a little tiny investment that happened because I ended up getting injured, but I'm gonna try to keep doing that like at least once a week throughout the year. Just try to, mitigate any damage. Also, that was a horrible interception.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Sunday Night Football in true Lax Lunch fashion. On in the background, we've got the New York Jets and the Las Vegas Raiders. It's kind of like a shit bowl because this was supposed to be a good game earlier this year when it's like, oh, Aaron Rodgers against Jimmy G. And now we're watching Zach Wilson against, is that
I don't even know.
Stidham?
Dude,
I don't even remember. Whoever the Raiders quarterback
the
is
battle
now.
of the field goals as of right now.
It looks like
6-3.
Derek Carr's younger, lesser brother.
Yeah. Well, that was Thursday Night Football.
Walmart Derek.
Walmart, yeah.
Thursday Night Field Goals this year because it was, what
was
Carolina.
the final there?
I
Do you
think it was
remember?
like 16-13.
All field goals?
Maybe.
They're going to start making the under lower.
Well, I saw today the crazy, or I guess it was yesterday because it was Saturday, in Iowa Rutgers, the line for the over-under was 27.5.
Damn.
And the under hit because it was 22-0 the final score.
Jesus.
And it's the lowest under that's hit in the history of college football.
Seriously?
Like 27.5. That line hit, and it was the lowest that it's ever done.
What was it? Like, at plus what?
Oh, I have no idea. But, like, just
So
the line.
22 is
22.
the lowest college football game ever.
Well, it's the line at 27.5. That hitting the under is the lowest the line is at. Because usually, like, you see that, it's like, okay, I'm going to pound the over.
Yeah,
because
obviously.
you get 2 touchdowns aside, 14-14. That's the over.
Yeah.
It's 28.
Yeah, it's game.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
That's what people say, like, the Big Ten West is, or the Big Ten East, maybe. It's just like a joke of a football league. And then you have Michigan, Ohio State on the other side, just like beating the shit out of each other.
Literally. That's wild.
So we went on a crazy long tangent, all about just talking from you getting started as a Fogo late in your high school career.
Very late.
So was that like your freshman, sophomore year, you said you were on JV.
Yeah.
Was your into getting on varsity switching to a Fogo spot, or was that kind of like a transition you were already planning on making?
Let's think here. Definitely not a transition to get into my starting spot on varsity because that never came, unfortunately. But
I forgot.
the Fogos ahead of me. I had Jack Henderson, who committed to Penn State freshman year of high school. And then behind me, I had Andrew McMeekin, who was now at Princeton, lighting shit up too. So I was kind of just that like middle dude. It's like, oh, he's there, whatever. But I kind of just did it on JV because we didn't really have a guy at that point. And they were like, you're like the short and stocky, like, picture perfect Fogo dude, like start practicing. And I kind of just did. And then that was it. Short and sweet. That's kind of how it happened.
Going against the kids that you just mentioned, do you think it helped you that much?
Oh, for sure.
Due to their skill level?
Yeah. I mean, I only got to go against Meeks my senior year. Or no. How old is he? He's a sophomore now? He's a sophomore now. So I went against him my junior and, whatever of the senior year I had, which was barely anything. Definitely helped going against him. Great athlete. Great Fogo. And then Jack Henderson was kind of like a mentor to me as I was younger, like freshman, sophomore year, when we had like our combined practices. Like I would go take face-offs with him, and it was like, this kid is unreal. I don't know how he's doing now. I haven't really haven't heard about him in a while, but yeah, it was cool. Definitely cool.
Did you ever start playing summer ball too? Like getting out in the recruiting circuit?
Never. Let me tell you. Never in my life did I ever play for a summer team.
Really?
Never played like the Dukes, Triple Eight, nothing. The only thing I ever did in the summer was when I was younger, I played my township team, and we did like our Irish skirmish tournaments and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. I never played for any like Mesa or whatever it is.
You might be the only guy on our team.
I think I'm the only guy in college lacrosse that never played summer ball. I swear to God.
Yeah. So
Everyone's like, what team did you play for? I'm like, I never played summer ball, ever.
So how did you end up getting recruited by Cabrini?
Wild story.
Is it just that EA has that name for itself?
That and Coach Bodner. You guys know him at all?
Yeah,
No,
I did a clinic with him when I was in 5th grade.
That guy basically got me into college. I did not want to go to school at all. You know, I had my business. I was doing that. That's another reason I never did summer tournaments. I work every day in the summer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't have time for that. So I was always doing that. Story about that. Senior year, I applied to Williamson Trade School. You probably know what that is.
Of course.
Applied for power plant. Didn't get in for that. Got in for horticulture, which I obviously didn't want to do. No shade on those guys, but you know, you could just learn that shit in the field, you know. But I declined that, and then I was like, fuck it, like I'll just run with my business, blah blah blah. I get it. So Bodner was actually an assistant, like he helped out like the face-off guys at Episcopal, and he was like, he like called me one day, and he was like, yo man, like what's next? Are you gonna continue playing lacrosse? And I was like, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to school. And he's like, well, Cabrini just had a guy drop out the Fogo, and that's actually Mary Wood's Fogo committed to Cabrini first.
Really?
So he
Erickson?
dropped out. Yeah, he's like a local Downingtown guy.
Yeah.
He dropped out of Cabrini and went to Marywood. God knows why, but he called me and he was like, they need a Fogo, dude. You want to go? I was like, I don't want to go to college. Like, I literally was like, dude, I don't want to go to college. He was like, I understand that. Just apply and like, you'll probably get in. I mean, whatever. So I applied and I got in like 3 days later. And then Colfer he was like, you want to play for Colfer? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know about college lacrosse. I barely played lacrosse. Like, I wasn't like a star at Episcopal. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't do anything crazy. But I came on our visit and it was literally the day before the school shut down.
No way.
March 13th, and they
11th.
closed the 14th, something like that. Yeah, I want to say something like that. Dead. Not a goddamn soul on campus. I'm like walking to the locker room, everyone's shit's gone. And all the building. We didn't do a full tour because it's like there's literally no one there. There's nothing to even like. I never did an overnight. I was the last one to commit. I don't even like March. People commit early, right? Like that's when I went my visit. I think I committed like 2 months later, so I was like late. Like really late. And so I went on my tour, and you know he sells pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, oh, I hear you work a lot. Like, yeah, you'll be able to do that in between lacrosse and school. Let me tell you. So he got a little dicey on that one. You know, you got to pick what you're gonna do, John. Okay. That never happened, but
and we're still here.
yeah, we're still here. So that's how that happened. Crazy story, you know, out of the blue, you know. Apply to Cabrini, you might get in. They need a Fogo. I was like,
Might.
the most mediocre Fogo in fucking high school lacrosse, probably. It's my second year, and we got a senior year cut. So, I don't know. Yeah, freshman year.
Absurd.
Yeah, freshman year of college was just. I mean, I was god awful. I mean, I had Huey. You know, I was literally with Huey last night. Good buddy. Matt Reese, another Springfield guy. He was definitely interesting to play with, to say the least. We just go at it, you know. PJ used to be a Fogo.
Yeah, I remember that.
Me and PD were like fighting for like fourth man on the totem pole at that point. But yeah, it was cool. We had a guy named Blake Turner, not Blake Turnier.
Yep.
You remember long hair Blake?
Yep, I was gonna say.
Florida boy. He was cool as shit too. Who else? That's it. Us five. We were we were interesting, to say the least. Our talks on the sideline, I can't get into details because it's, you know.
Nor do I know if we want to know what you guys are talking about.
Definitely not. It was very.
I mean, I kind of worry about you this year because you've always had like that group of Fogos where you can just be like a little DJ on the sideline. But like, especially last year, that was quite the interesting face-off.
Oh my god,
that you had.
definitely interesting.
Might be the all-time
most interesting guys.
Yeah.
To work together as a squad.
I just thought of all of you guys.
Fucking god, dude. The picture with us with the AEC championship trophy. It's like me, Detro, Carol,
Damo,
and then Fop.
Yeah.
Dude, Falp's an oddball.
The cherry on top
love
of
the
that
dude.
was I always
Was
just
Falp.
I'd always say like
Without a doubt.
Fopperton.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every time we walked in, he wouldn't even he would walk in onto the field
And
and he
people
just dude, he just had an aura of like confusion.
I mean, there was days of practice where I would just look at him and I'd be like, dude, you look banged up. He's like, yeah. He's but
He was my GA coaching paycheck.
yeah, we had a great time last year. Definitely went at it. A lot of interesting things went on, but great group of guys. Fucking one of the most interesting dynamics I think I've ever been a part of in a group. Because you have Damo, who's like borderline bodybuilder.
He is a bodybuilder.
No,
now.
I think he is now. Shout out Damo.
Yeah, he's a
Fucking
freak
idiot, but-
in a good way.
Yeah. We have Carol, who, is just, you guys know fucking Carol, the most oddball kid I've
Borderline
ever met.
Bodybuilder. Again, something about FaceTime, guys.
Love the guy. I mean, I literally was on FaceTime with him like 2 weeks ago for like an hour, just like catching up.
Yeah.
Detro, awesome fucking kid. Best of luck at Drexel. We were kind of just shitting on Drexel, but, hell of a year, hopefully.
We have to do good now.
Yeah, we hope to do good now that you're on the team. But Falper was just like the cherry on top, Just brought definitely. I mean, you guys even know back in the fall that year, I was fucking probably like third, maybe. I mean, I wasn't doing too hot in the fall. Come spring, when after he coached all of us and did I got to give it to him. Like, hats off to him. He fucking turned my whole game around.
He knows his shit.
He does know shit. Sad to see him go from the PLL, but you know, whatever.
It was great to see, also hearing his input from how Syracuse was.
Yeah.
To,
oh my god.
Us.
Some of the shit that he would tell us is unbelievable.
I remember the first day of fall ball when we're the first day of practice sucks. It's 3 hours.
Yeah,
it's
fucking
brutal.
horrible.
And
3-man weave, Terps GBs.
I remember. I think we were 20 minutes, or we had just gone through pre-practice, and had gone into our first contact drill after weave and terps.
Yeah.
And we were sitting on the sideline, and he's like, "This is the craziest practice I've ever seen. You guys actually have not stopped.
No.
At Syracuse, we would go heavy competition drill." Take 20 minutes of doing shit off.
Yeah,
just
some
kind of
random shit.
Yeah, just kill
Dude.
time. And then they'd spread out their competitions and have a ton of breaks in between.
Exactly.
And we're just go.
Yeah, there's no okay, go get water. No, you're going to pass on the field.
Yeah.
No one cares.
I love that perspective because I'm wait.
You're like, hold up, that's real. College lacrosse.
D3 lacrosse is kind of grittier than D1.
100%. He I remember being at practice and he's like, he would look at his phone and be like, holy fuck, dude, we've been out for 2.5 hours. I'm like, yeah. He's like, how long are your practice? He was like, dude, we've got there for an hour and a half max. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. We got out there, did our shit, and went in. I was like, yeah, that's a great way to look at it.
Shy would love that.
Sometimes we just, overextend practice, as
Just a little bit.
You all know.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely enough. Especially me, now I can get into offensive drills. I think I've proved that I can somewhat play offense. But last year sucked. We were fucking sitting in the corner by ourselves with the last hour of practice. It's how many reps can you take in a day?
I can only imagine how cold it's got to be in January.
Yeah, dude.
I'm cold and I'm running around.
We're sitting there and we're like, all right, this is the last drill yet? And you couldn't say that because Colfer would rip your head off. But even Falk would be like, all right, this is dragging on. We can't do anything else really as a group. What do you want to do? You guys remember at the point where we were doing wall ball at the end of practice?
Yeah.
We were so bored. We're like, let's hit the wall, dude. And we probably needed it. Some people.
The entire face-off crew just going over there.
We're just ripping the wall, dude. It's wow, look at this. And then we'd still be like, all right, we're done. And now we're just going to stand here and watch.
So kind of on the topic of last year, you were saying your freshman, sophomore year kind of were behind Huey and really fighting to get any playing time that you could.
Yeah.
Last year, there was a couple of situations where you worked yourself into the 2 behind Detro.
Yeah.
And I remember watching, was it the Lynch? I think it was the Dickinson game where Detro was hurt.
Yeah, I played that whole game.
So what was that experience?
That was my first, fun fact, that was my first start ever as a face-off guy in in my career. Yep. I never started ever. I was never a good oh, that guy's great. He's a starter. Never in my life. First time.
Butterflies?
Yeah, to say the least. Yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
But what was that game like meant? Because obviously we came up short.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
from your perspective, because I was watching the game back, I mean, you were getting the ground balls, you were pushing the fast breaks.
It was definitely the first few were bad. I think I literally went down like I was like 0 for 7. And Culver looked at me. He's like, "You're blowing your chance." I'm like, "Fuck, dude, thanks. That really makes me feel great." Like, awesome. So I talked to Falp. He's like, "All right, dude. Like, obviously, like your clamp's not quick right now. Like, go for something else." The whole rest of the game, like, I started fucking with his head, and it was like, "You're going for a counter. You're going for a first step, like, swipe or whatever." And he started getting like off. I remember he went early like 3 times in a row. Like, we caught him off guard. I think I ended up going like 53% in that game.
Holy cow! So
With starting off like 0 for 7.
You're talking to this kid as you guys are down.
Oh, I'm chirping the shit out of him.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, don't go early, bro. Don't go early. Like as the ref walks away, and he's like, fuck, god damn it, this fucking guy. And he's like trying to talk to the ref about it. I'm like, I don't know. And he's just like, all right, there you go.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I remember I won a fast break, and he was like, early, like yelling at the ref. And the ref was like, dude, shut up. Like, stop. But yeah, that game was definitely interesting. Like, first time ever, like, having, like, battle. You know what I mean? Like, literally battle, like, try to win the game. Even though we lost, I mean, it was definitely a great learning experience. Like, you know what I mean? Then after that, he was hurt for a few more games. So I started, getting a groove and, showing that I can play college lacrosse, to say the least.
And I think I would always love when you pop on, because your skill set, like I said earlier, like you can tell you played on the offensive side of the ball a lot.
Yeah.
You understand, especially that dynamics of a fast break. You're really good at knowing when it's time to push, when it's time to hit the point guy, and when it's time to just like chill the fuck out and settle down the ball.
I always even when I was younger, like I would be the attack guy. So like I would like see like when to pass the ball, when to go to the net, or when to just pull it out and play settled. So it's like now you speed that up 20%, and it's like you got to make a quick decision on a dime. You know what I mean? Like you're running down, you see a lane, go for the net. If someone's sliding you, pass it to the guy. Like in our games against Gettysburg, off both opening faceoffs, goal. It's just like it's how it happens. 1 to Nate, 1 to Hezzy. You got to hit him right away.
And that's exactly the dynamic I was saying. Like 1 to Nate, the point guy, 1 to Hezzy, the bottom left. Because you see the defense sloughing around, so you just hit okay, I'm not going to throw it there. I'm going to skip it all the way down to part C.
And he did his job and finished like he always does. So, there it is.
And the beautiful part about that is like it's impossible. I mean, obviously, if you miss the net or the goal, it makes a good save. Like it's impossible not to score, like on a fast break. Like it truly is, unless you slow it down. Like especially from what you guys just said. Like he passed it to Hezzy because his guy slid. It's like now you have to reverse the entire slide package that you guys have in mind. If the other guy gets there, now Hez passes it to the low guy.
Exactly.
Bolt's going to score. If not, he's going to pass it to Johnny. He's coming down.
I'm taking our guys scoring. If they're open, 1 on the goalie, they're going to finish.
And not many people, I would say, in Division III, Fogos, can do that. Can read an offense like that.
I mean, it definitely
or read
helped.
A defense like that.
Yeah, I mean, it helped. I was in the offensive set at one point in my, my lacrosse career. So I definitely have a little bit of a background to know, like, what's the best read or what's the best look, which is definitely helps out. But, yeah, it's been fun.
And I think you might sneaky, especially this year. We've noticed it a lot because, I mean, you're the only face-off guy that we have. So you'll pop into our offensive sets. And when we're doing like 6-on-6, you'll just go out there with us. And I always think it's hilarious. You're like, all right, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but we're going to just do it.
I'm
going to stand on crease.
I'm like, what are you guys running? You're like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'll be on the crease if you need me.
And you have a sneaky, I'm not even going to say sneaky, you have an amazing step-down shot.
Yeah, that's literally all I did. Like, I would just shoot all the time. Like, this is going back to, like, childhood. Me and my buddies would grab a bucket of balls and go shoot. Before I literally was, like, a face-off guy. Like, we would just go shoot. And, like, that's what we always did. We always played, like, mini lacrosse. We had, like, small nets, We just shot all the time. So, like, I do, like, that's, like, the natural thing that I've always done is just shoot the ball. So, like, it helps.
Yeah,
now, at least.
I find the moment that this year I kind of realized, I was like, we're going to be something different. It was in the alumni game when I think you know exactly where I'm going with this. We're working the ball around. And so Johnny won the face off and like kind of just chilled on offense, and somehow it gets to a point where his guy runs off, and instead of being like, oh fuck, I have to get off the field, get the offensive guys on, stays on, steps in from like or sizes up at 12 yards out, catches the ball, one step crow hop, fucking piss missile.
Set one bar down on Nessler.
Unreal.
No shade on him, but I mean he was also hammered in that game. But yeah.
But
that was
he's not saving
funny.
that sober.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna.
From high heat.
You never know. You never know. So yeah, that was a good one.
And literally, I was like, I don't know if there's any team in Division 1, 2, or 3 where that would ever happen. Like I feel like any other program, you're getting yelled at for not doing the run back. It's like you're not an offensive player, you're a face-up guy.
I mean, not even to say this, but last year, if I were to do that in the alumni game, I would have screamed at.
Even if you scored, like that would have been one of those where it's like, oh, you're lucky.
Yeah, it's like if you didn't score, you're fucking benched. You know what I mean?
100%.
Even if that shot misses 20 feet to the right, I feel like you're coming off, and we're like, yo, that's a great take. I like that.
And then coach is like, no. 100%. Well, last year.
Yeah, that's a huge part, though. Yeah, that's a huge thing about this year, though, is like the comfortability.
We don't really have much like barriers. It's kind of just free flying.
You're allowed to make mistakes. And obviously, you're always allowed to make mistakes. You just don't feel the same way after making one.
You don't get screamed at and told that you suck.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get advice. You get coached.
You get coached.
Yeah.
Or you just get, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Or you get a sarcastic comment.
Yeah. It's like, listen, never do that again. But, you know.
I remember my freshman year, I fucking hitched, swept across the middle, and shot a fucking popcorn shot. I think it was probably
Nessler.
Yeah, and he saved it. And coach, he was like, Nick Armando, never do that again.
Yeah,
I was like, so never hitch my defender, get to the middle, and shoot.
No.
You never want me to do that again?
Don't ever do it.
My favorite. I think this was.
Don't ever do it.
This was alumni game, or it might have been
another alumni
in the scrimmage, but it was our freshman year. It was Wyatt Haney, who was playing defensive midfield at the time, and he got recruited as an offense guy, gets put as a D midi like first day round. Like he's trying to earn his way back to the offense side.
I don't think we recruit for D midis. We convert to D midis.
Yes, but
I don't know.
Yes, and I agree with Fridge. Some of the kids,
guys,
they're like, he's going to be a D midi.
That's what I'm saying.
He's athletic.
You play offense in high school.
Rawner.
Get there. Yeah.
Cash. Jared Howe.
Everyone. Yeah. Like you name it. PJ was never D midi. Riegler was never a D midi.
I still think
Kuzi was never a D midi.
Reeves was born to be a D midi.
Yeah. Like everyone we have this
two-way
year.
midi.
Brett Googs. I grew up with
him.
him. We played attack together actually in Township League. D midi. Like you recruit the offense guy, but you convert him to D midi.
Athletic football players that play lacrosse.
Yes. Every one of our D midis is that.
I will stand, and I swear, I know I finished this Haney story, but I have to say, I think Reegs getting turned into a D midi might be the greatest decision that we've ever made.
Yes. I could 100% see
he's going to be a freak.
He's insane.
Like, he already is, and I think that he could, like, make a case to be an All-American this year.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I think we have a few guys that are going to sneak out of the woodwork, and, you know.
There's a lot of
us. We definitely have talent. It's just if we can, stay healthy and, keep our shit together.
I guess before I get too off track, where I was going with the Haney story is he was coming up on a fast break and like it was just one-on-one. The defense didn't slide to him, and he stepped in from like 13 yards out, and it was a popcorn save.
Yeah.
And he came off the field, and Cole literally came up to him. He's like, "You're not shooting again for the next 4 years. No shots the next 4 years."
Yeah, that's not.
And then later on in the spring, when he gets moved back to offensive mid, he gets on the second or third line midfield, has a change-up shot with his left hand against Colorado College, scores, comes off the field, and of course, like Cole's like chirping him, like giving him the floor, like it's like, oh, it's a change-up.
Yeah.
And I remember I went up to him and I was like, so much for not shooting the next 4 years, man. Like, come on.
That's great. But like that's kind of how it was.
It was.
It's like you do one thing wrong, like fuck, can never do that again.
I remember talking to the local about that, like after everything like went down.
Yeah.
Like, how when the change went over, I was like, like that's how everybody felt. Like we've all had personal conversations with each other.
Yeah.
About just like,
and even being like on that team since freshman year, like it's always been that way. Like people were scared to. Some people would stand up, but. Not many people did.
Stand up, get kicked off the field.
Yeah.
And, Bear's dad, because we were with him over the weekend, he made a really good point about, like, that's how coaches, like, you're supposed to have that level of respect for your coach where you don't need to like them 24/7.
No,
like he stands on the fact of like, yeah, sometimes you're like, okay, like that you're being a dick.
Yeah.
But you need that. Like you need that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's about that balance though. That's where I would push back on
that.
And
I thought in my first 3 years there wasn't how much of a balance. It was kind of just like he told you how it is and there was never like a compliment to like back it up.
And the other side of things now, I think it comes with having a large roster and before and everything, but it was with certain kids that there was room for on both sides.
Exactly.
With other kids, it was
I
never.
definitely agree with you on that one.
And I mean, that's just what it is.
Mason Leonard in, get out.
Yeah,
Nick Romando in, get out. Matt Dorian, you can stay.
Yeah, right.
So the greatest skit. I miss doing those skits.
That was definitely a good one.
Our freshmen got skimped out from doing that this year. Actually, we need to make all the sophomores
do it
on our spring break. They have to put on our show.
What are we doing for spring break?
We
home or
Virginia, baby.
We're going back
to the Ville
for the last time ever.
Very nice.
We're gonna have to go
I'm gonna take my kids there.
You should. They would probably not like it at all, but
No, take them to B-dubs.
There you go. You can say, I remember when Ty Cow did the wing challenge
The
here.
only thing.
The only thing to do.
What's that?
I did go to Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
Yo,
I bought a new pair of boots at Tractor Supply.
I remember that.
I brought them back, and they were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I went and got a new pair of boots." They're like, "Why? What do you like?
You use your food money to go buy boots."
Yeah, seriously.
Coach, I've been saving the food money you've been giving me for the past week to buy these.
I have not.
I saw them on Monday when we got here.
Yeah, right. I was like, I need these. No, that was definitely funny. I walked back into the room, and I think who the fuck was I think it was Raph, and Raph was like, Coach Raph. Sorry, Brian.
Coach Brian.
No, he was like, why did you just buy boots? I'm like, I actually need a pair for home. Like when we go home, my other ones are destroyed. He's like, but like here, you just bought a pair of boots in fucking Virginia. I was like, yeah, dude. They were like, I think they're on sale.
Yeah.
So I kind of just,
No, there's no sale tax. So like,
kind of bit the bullet on that one, but yeah, that was a good one. And then went to the Walmart, and I showed up and I bought another camo shirt for hunting.
That Walmart was lit.
Dude, that was the craziest Walmart I've ever been to. They had gun ammo. They had shotguns on sale. I was like, holy shit, dude.
You don't see that in PA?
No, it was definitely a culture shock.
You don't even see bows in PA.
No,
not
nothing.
Walmart. You'll see arrows, not bows.
Yeah, no. They don't sell any kind of weapons around here unless it's a...
Airsoft, BB. That's it.
Yeah.
In Walmart's at least, obviously.
Exactly. But yeah, that was definitely fun. I wouldn't say fun, but interesting trip.
Memorable.
Yeah.
Like, I will never forget it.
No, definitely not.
Never.
Definitely not.
That was your first time down there too, right?
Yeah, were you guys here? What was the hotel room we stayed at with the bugs and shit?
That was Sleep
Salisbury.
In.
Yeah,
that was Quality Inn.
That was NCAA's, right?
Because it wasn't,
They picked our hotel.
Because it was not quality.
It was the least quality inn.
And then we
there
slept
was
at Sleep In afterwards.
He said, if you guys win this game, you get to sleep at a nice hotel.
Yeah.
So we went across the street to the Sleep In.
Yeah, that was fun.
I remember because we put WNL and then we played Salisbury the next day, and it was me, Carol,
That
Kinger.
was year two's freshman year.
Yeah.
My sophomore year.
Me, Carol, Kinger, and Thomas.
Jesus.
And we're all in this room, and Kinger, because he was this older out of us, he had his own bed.
Yep.
Me and Thomas shared, and Carol slept on a cot. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't want to face Thomas. I don't want to face Carol, because he was like next to me. So I'm just lying there every time. I wake up in the morning, I turn over to my side, like grab my phone or something, and Carol just looks up and says, "Good morning, beautiful." Turns around and goes back to bed.
Oh
like it was like, and he doesn't.
I mean, that is
with no recollection when I brought it back up to him.
No, that is just to the T, Ty Carroll.
Yeah.
I think
Good morning, beautiful.
my room was me, Wyatt, Clado, and Waldo. And
That's a hell of a room.
Waldo was on.
Speaking of B-dubs, not to get off track, but
B-dubs commercial came on.
B-dubs commercial.
They could hear us.
I know.
But Waldo was on the cot. He lost whatever battle that we had for who would get to sleep where. And
No shocker, Waldo.
and it was in the Quality Inn with all the bugs, and he was freaking out all night because he thought, like, in the middle of the night, he thought he woke up and there was a bug crawling in his face. I don't
doubt it though.
I don't remember this because I can sleep through anything, but apparently he like just started flipping out in the middle of the night because he thought bugs were crawling all over him.
Nice. I don't remember that. Who I was with in that. I think I was only. I think that was me and Raph. Or me and Huey, maybe.
I think it might have been you and Huey because they always put the photo. They put like people together.
I think that was just me, because that was the year it was only me, him, and Carol.
Yeah.
So I think they put me, because I remember.
We only had 3 Fogos at one point.
Yeah, the Farmville trip was us 3, and Carol was the messiest motherfucker I've ever lived with, and he also ate anything.
Yeah.
We went to that little like dollar store. You remember that?
Yeah,
and he bought an entire gallon of like High C. Crushed that. Bought a box of fruit snacks, crushed all that. After doing his wing challenge, came home and ate another 10 boneless wings. Jesus. And then went to bed and snored. Actually, I don't know if you guys do this, but I'm gonna play a clip from 2:30 in the morning of Ty Carroll snoring like a truck driver.
We've had some of the best, so people have gone on their phone and showed us clips, and it's usually the best moments of our podcast.
This isn't even a clip. This is more just a I'm trying to think. Just like an audio message for our listeners out there.
Shout out Chris Brady. Accepted our follow request from the Wax Lounge.
Let me see if I can find this. This is one of the... Oh, my God. Here it is. Dude,
oh my god!
Let me tell you,
I'm so sorry to our listeners for that was in their brains.
Dude, I was
driving. You're going to work in the morning. It's 5:30. You throw in the Wax Lounge,
as you all should.
Dude, so we stuck his ass. Me and Huey had our own beds, and we stuck him in the middle, and it was like a dungeon down there, dude. Crumbs, wrappers, everything, the whole 9. We gave him like when you go to the hotels, they have like 5 different blankets and sheets and stuff. We gave him like the one sheet from each of our beds. So we had like that, 2 pillows, and then like a random blanket that was in there. And he was snoring so loud. Me and Huey woke up together and we're like, holy fuck, like I can't even sleep because he's so loud. So like I think Huey smacked him with a pillow. I was like, shut up, dude.
Holy cow.
Yeah, but that I feel like I needed to share to just let everyone know what we were facing.
It was Farmville when Snyder.
I was just about to say that.
Lenny. Yeah, I roomed with Mason freshman year. So, like, the first night was pure bliss. Like,
I'm sure.
Silent as all hell. Like, window open, nice, just at that point, August night.
Yeah,
Yeah. The second night, however, he got comfortable.
Oh, God.
And it sounded like there was a train in my room. And that carried on for the next, the school year is like 180 days. So the next 8 months. Yeah, loved Mason to death.
It was one of those.
Yeah, but we get to Farmville, and that night at like 1:30 in the morning, we get a text from Cole Snyder, the team that is, whose room can I sleep in? Or who wants to trade rooms? Something like that. I can't stay in the same room as Lenny.
Because he snores so loud.
And Cole is a person that needs
it's got to be perfect.
Perfectly quiet.
Perfectly quiet.
I could see that from him. I could definitely see that from him.
I'm kind of the same way, but it's after, if I've already fallen asleep, I can fall asleep anywhere and with any noise happening.
I am the opposite.
But if I wake up in the middle of the night and someone is snoring, that's all I can hear.
Okay. I literally I can't sleep. Planes, buses, train, anything moving. No. Car, no.
Planes, trains, automobiles.
Nothing. Oh. The only place I can sleep is either on a couch or a bed, and that's it.
Battlestar Galactica.
That's it. That's it. I can't do it.
I'm famous for I can fall asleep anywhere.
You know who's like that?
Anytime, anywhere, any setting.
Blake Turnier.
Really?
That fucking kid could literally sleep through a hurricane if he was outside. We went hunting one day when he lived back at Hillcrest, and middle of the day, I could see him from where I'm sitting, and he's just literally passed out against a tree. I'm texting him, and I called him, dude, wouldn't wake up. I was tempted to throw something over there. He was just out cold. I'm we're in the middle of the woods, dude, and you're just sleeping. Unreal.
You just shoot him in the foot real fast.
Yeah, unreal.
Can't wake up.
I don't know. But he's another kid that can literally sleep through anything and anywhere.
Yeah, that's
On the
nuts.
topic of that.
I've had some nice sleeps in planes and automobiles. Never a train.
Never.
There's only been a few times where I've actually gotten like good sleep on a plane, but a good road trip nap,
Never can do it.
undefeated.
Yeah.
Like last week when we were in Delaware coaching, on the way back, I just kind of like rested my eyes, like
Dozed off a
put
little
them down.
bit.
Yeah, and by the time I wake up, I'm like, oh, we're 10 minutes away from like
money.
a 15-minute drive to 10. Like that just zooms by.
Yeah, I talked to myself for 30 minutes. It was rough.
perfect.
I thought because you were awake, we were having a conversation, and then it was like a 2-minute gap.
And then that was it.
And I was gone.
It was
Yeah.
game over.
And
My-
then I just turn my head, and I'm just go, damn.
So when we did a similar tournament, it was in Delaware. It was at DE Turf. It was me and Jono, my freshman year, and we were driving back up, and I was wiped because it was like completely full day. It was like 4 or 5 hours, whatever. It's like a 2-hour drive, so I just like start passing out, and I remember I was asleep, I was like dozing off, and he just like hit me and started talking to me because he needed someone to talk to.
Yeah,
He's
or else
like,
it's boring as hell. You know what I mean?
literally,
Yeah.
he's like, we're in this together, like we're gonna shoot the shit here.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I still think to this day, like that was so funny.
Yeah, it's
Where
hilarious.
it's just
Like,
like-
you would have just never thought,
Dial in, Fridge.
yeah, figure it out, dude.
need you.
You're not passing out on me.
What are we looking at right now?
We're at 1 hour and 6 minutes.
All right.
don't you look at that?
This
I
thing
know.
flies.
It really does.
I always do.
Once you get going, it's kind of hard to stop.
It is.
You know?
We were saying before, like the hardest part about podcasts is the first 10 minutes,
I thought our first
Yeah,
10 minutes
we
were bliss.
and we crushed it.
We really did. We kind of just
Also,
moved on into everything else.
I think
Pretty
on
simple.
on the topic of naps, like the thing that saved us today
Mm-hmm.
is 10 minutes before we started recording. Actually, I had the living daylight scared out of me because I was just passed out in my room. I just finished up a bunch of work when I got back from coaching, took a little nappy poo, and I wake up to fucking Johnny waking me up. At first, I like
Standing over his bed.
Dude, it took
Ready
me
to
a-
go, buddy?
it took me a solid second to like figure out what was going on. Then when I finally did, I actually like jumped out of my bed. I was like, "What the fuck is
I
going
watched
on?"
the fear in your eyes as you looked up.
He pulled out the Glock from under his pillow.
I don't know if you thought you saw a ghost or if you thought you're getting robbed, but it was one of those two, like, views in the face.
I thought you were Nick, and then I think I looked up and I was
Nick's
like,
not that short. That's what scared you.
That's great. You're like, wait a minute. Leprechauns.
not again.
My coins are in there.
No offense.
But yeah,
taken.
that gave me life.
Yeah,
So,
that was definitely interesting.
rejuvenated us.
I just watched the fear in your eyes.
We're out here. We're in the kitchen, and he goes, "Where's Fridge?" And I go, "I just knocked up for Fridge before you walked in. He's still asleep. He had a rough night." And I said,
We all-
"Give him a knock." And Johnny goes, "Alrighty." And he just walks in.
No knock. It was a walk right in.
I'm just like I usually.
I was going to tell you, like, he sleeps naked.
Oh, that would have
That's
sucked.
why I told you to knock. Yeah.
That would have sucked.
imagine you just walk in.
I
You
would have been like, podcast canceled. You going home?
see me face down, just
He just
butt
turns
ass down
around.
on my bed.
He just turns around, daps me up. He's like, "I'll catch you."
All right, buddy. Have
It's
a
like,
good
all
one.
right. So what happened? I go, I look in your room. I'm like, "All right, I'll catch
You're
you."
like, cool, sweet. Snap a picture. What?
Put that in the group.
We gotta
Yeah,
take
right.
a picture before he leaves. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the picture.
These West Coast boys, I tell you.
They're crazy. Oh god, yeah, that was funny. Your face looked like you just saw a ghost.
I think I
To
did.
be honest, good
It's
time.
always fun. Every day he comes home. I'm usually like making some my food in the kitchen, and he comes home and I hear the door unlock. So I get down to my prone, and I slowly
Dolphin
rise
dive.
up, and I just point the gun, and
has
I
no
usually
idea.
scare the shit out of him.
Dude, everyone's like, I'll be ready for it too. Like I'll expect
know.
it.
He'll be
Yeah.
in the bathroom, and I'll get home, and like I'll walk through. I'll see the bathroom's
Yeah.
closed, and I'll sit down, and he'll come out, and as he turns to go, I go, "Hello, beautiful," and he goes, "Holy shit!" I think scared me.
I think the one time I was taking a shower and like nobody was home.
Yeah, you had no idea.
It was right after a game, and I just like came out and was totally caught off guard. And I think it was just like, I forget where you were, but you just like popped out of nowhere, and you did the same thing. You were like, "Oh, hello," and I was like, "Jesus Christ!"
Towel falls off. Oh shit!
Yeah, the one day, yeah, he actually walked out of the bathroom naked, and I was like, "Oh hey!"
Oh hey!
That did not happen.
It didn't.
I would
It
hope
didn't.
not.
No comment.
That's actually, I heard that's a daily thing at Hillcrest.
Well, I'm not involved in that anymore. No, I'm kidding.
Anymore.
But no. Yeah, nowadays it's Googs, Waldo, and Kyle sharing the bathroom, which is definitely interesting. Last year was me, Blake, and Kyle. That was fucking a lot of fun.
Interesting.
John, I got to piss. All right, come on in. Brushing my teeth. It's like, how you doing? Good. How are you? Awesome.
Wow, looking good down there.
Done pissing? Yep, cool. All right, done. Kyle Cotillet was probably and still is one of the loudest people in the bathroom ever.
I can believe that.
He, so as you know, Hillcrest, my old room where Googs is now, is right across from the bathroom. So I'll be sleeping in the morning, whatever. I just wake up to Kyle doing his fucking 25-step face routine. Just you hear scrubbing and the sink on, and you know, as he's doing this, he's watching TikToks, full volume. 8 in the morning. I'm like, dude, can you fucking turn your phone off? Wakes like this is how I woke up every morning almost when he was up before me. Was him in the bathroom watching TikToks full blast doing his face routine.
He was warming his ears up.
Dude, it was something to remember. It was funny. And he would laugh like loud and I'd be like, dude, do you have any like it's fucking 7, 8, like can you just like be a little quieter?
Any awareness that I'm sleeping?
There was none. And I mean, to this day we still laugh about it. I do like a famous reenactment of it whenever people ask. And it's just, you know,
He just loudly scrubs his face while crying, laughing at TikToks.
Yes, and the phone volume, it's just, you know. He's an iPad kid, to say the least.
Is he?
Yes.
Wow.
Every meal there's a YouTube video on. Just to get that out of the way here. But yeah.
I guess real quickly, we kind of prefaced this earlier, and you do great marketing because you're wearing the sweatshirt of your own company. But what's it like? When did you start your company, and what's it like being a college student athlete running a landscaping business?
All right, back to the first question. I started this when I was, I want to say like 12. So like, it was kind of just like a little shits and gigs. Like my buddies, I took my dad's lawnmower. He got his dad's weed whacker, and we just like went around knocking up. Got like 1 or 2 houses to cut the lawn, blah, blah, blah. That turned into, let's try to do this weekly, blah, blah, blah. We go out 2 days a week and try to do it. And then everyone else like kind of got out of it. And then I, you know, kind of just stayed on it. And it grew from like me and my little push mower to now I have like 3 trucks, 2 trailers. I have guys working for me at school. Like you have like 80 something lawns to cut weekly. It's a lot. There was a point in time sophomore year where I had like a breakdown, dude. Like it was bad.
Really?
Dude, I was shot. Because, like, you think sophomore year is kind of like a big school year. Like, you're like freshman year, like, yeah, you're getting eased into it. And then sophomore year hits, you're like, fuck, this is like legit college. And, like, on top of that, we have lifts and practices and all kinds of team shit to do. So I think the spring of that year, I was taking 18 credits. I was working like 3 or 4 days a week and then going to practice. Like, I remember, like, you guys were what? Yeah, you were freshmen. You guys remember, I'd show up to practice and, like, work shit.
Mm-hmm.
You were like, what are you doing? I'm like, I had to work all day. Then I'd go home and do home. It was like a consistent schedule every day. Wake up, go to my morning class, go home, work, go to lift, go to practice, home, homework, repeat the cycle.
Wow.
It was a lot.
How
And
how many credits do you take normally? Like, are you doing a full set of classes and working?
right now I'm taking 18 again because freshman year I bombed my math placement exam. I'm not going to say it wasn't on purpose, but I thought like, oh yeah, we'll do it like kind of shitty and then get easy classes. No. I got stuck in the Math 99 contemporary math, which doesn't count for a credit.
Ooh.
So I got shafted out of 3 credits there. So that kind of sucked. And then I don't know if you guys had to do this. You ever take like the college 101, 201?
Yeah.
They're only 1 credit classes.
Yep.
So they kind of screw you over a little bit too. So I was kind of playing from behind. So I kind of like just take 18, you know. So next semester, I think I'm taking like 12 or however many you have to do to be like eligible, and that's it. And then I'm done.
12.
So I built my way back up to graduating on time.
Back up to standard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's very impressive.
Yeah, that was a lot. It's just like a consistent grind all the time. It's brutal. Like dealing with the people, like you got to think like, yeah, I deal with the team every day and like school, but then you got to like go back home and you're like, oh shit, this lady called. This dude wants this done on this day at this time. You got to send dudes out on that schedule. go to the shop, get the truck, go there. Like, you're always making moves. You know what I mean? It's never like a downtime, which kind of sucks.
Where's your shop at? Springfield?
Clifton
Clifton All right.
Heights. Yep. You know where? Are you familiar? Somewhat.
My old bosses was in Drexel Hill.
Gotcha. For all the Delco people, Rosati's Water Ice, right around there. It's a staple around there. But yeah, right back there. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a pain in the ass. Would I change it for the world? No, because I love being busy.
I 1000%
Can't sit still.
agree.
Yeah. I'm
like huge. I always joke like I have to keep myself out of trouble. Like just be constantly busy so you don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
But like when I have days where there's nothing going on, like I get anxious where I'm like I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I always need to be doing something.
No. Like today's Sunday. Like you would have thought like, oh, I went out drinking last night. Let me hang out. No, I woke up and me, Googs, and Kyle went hunting for 4 hours. Like, we always do it. Like, it's like you can't – like, Kyle's the same way, which is good. Me and him are roommates. We always do, like, random shit together, which is nice. But we did that today. We got out, sat in the woods for a bit, didn't, see anything. So we came out empty-handed. But it's just like you can't – sitting still, it's just not something I can do.
Mm-hmm.
Never has been. Never probably will be. To be honest.
As much as I always like kind of joke, because when we coach on Sundays, it's usually either one session for an hour and a half in like the early afternoon, or in a day like today, it was 2 sessions, so 3 hours total. And it's one of those where it's like it's pretty brutal. Like it can catch up to you
100%.
And it's like it squeezes a lot of the time in the middle of the day. Like I got back and I was like, "Fuck, I have a lot of work to do." Like,
you got homework and stuff to get done too.
I have a body that I need to take care of. Like I need to nap. Blah blah blah. I have a podcast I get to record. See, I don't say I have to record it.
You get to.
I get to record
it's a privilege.
Little things.
Exactly.
But there's a lot of times where I'll tell myself, like, why do I do this?
Exactly.
And then it's payday, so we got our checks for coaching.
You're like, this is why I do it.
Very nice.
Very good.
I like that number a lot.
I'm sure you do. It's great. I've had a few stories, like sophomore, junior year, there was times, like, I go out on a Friday night, and people be like, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, dude, I'm only drinking a little bit. I got to wake up and go to work till Saturday morning. Like, why the fuck are you working on a Saturday? I'm like, my uncle has fucking brick to lay, so I'm going to go mix mortar for him for 8 hours and then go home and fucking drink again or whatever. I don't know.
Figure it out.
But that's kind of what it's been. I mean, there's been a few stories where even this year I went out. It was one of the first weekends here, actually, for this year. So for all the viewers, I am 21 at this time. So we went to Gups the night before.
Okay.
And no, you know what weekend this was? This was our first, like the 3-day weekend we had?
Labor Day weekend?
Yes. So the first night of Gups, when everyone came back together, to say the least, got a little crazy. Ended up going back to 4th Ave at like 4 in the morning. Mind you, I have to go to work at 7 in the morning on Saturday. So I go back and I sleep for like 2 hours, wake up, go to work, and it was just like hell. It's like, why do I sign myself up for this? And it was like I was working for my uncle doing tile, and we're carrying buckets of cement upstairs all day. And it was just like, why did I decide to do this today? Or why did I decide to go out drinking the night before?
Why do I do this to myself?
It's one of those like lose-lose. You know what I mean? It's like if you don't have fun with the team, it sucks. But if you don't and you go to work, it's like, I don't know.
So it's all about balance.
Yeah.
It's all about balance.
Yeah, it is. I didn't do that night.
Sometimes you got to sacrifice a little bit of sanity.
Yeah.
Have a good time with the fellas.
Yeah, it was definitely like by like 11 o'clock, you're ready to go again. Like you start sweating a bit, and you're like, all right, this is wearing off. We're good to go. And it did, and we got our shit done. So
yeah,
it was good. A lot of fun, but yeah,
I love it.
A lot of shit going on in the life. I also have a dog. If you didn't know,
yes,
the name Mac.
The Mac. So he's
The
brand
infamous
new
Mac.
this year. You just
No,
got him?
he's actually we got him last year. He's a year and I want to say like 2 or 3 months right now. So him, that's a whole nother, add on to the schedule. So
I mean, it's a child.
yeah, to say the least, it was. This was back in the Raff Blake industry when they were living with us at Hillcrest. Thank God for all those guys, because I don't know if I could have done it without them. I mean, my busy schedule, they like kind of put up with Mac as well. Took him out. You know, cleaned up when he pissed in the house, all that kind of stuff. So it was fun.
Oh,
Everyone loves him though.
I
you
mean,
know?
yeah, how can you
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. It was fun
He's a
though.
beast.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Little guy. Yeah.
The house
Dogs
dog.
are cool.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, the house dog. That's kind of what he was.
way better than cats.
100%.
Not dog house. The house dog.
Yeah, we're not in the dog. Well, sometimes, but
Sometimes he
Once in
gets
a
in the
while.
doghouse.
yeah. I have a funny story about him actually. This is like I want to say like a few months in having him, brand new. I wake up at like 5 a.m. I'm like, oh god, no way. And I was sleeping with my girlfriend obviously because you know I've been dating her for like 2 years. I'm like, oh, I think Max shit. She's like, what? Go to bed. I'm like, no, I think the dog shit in his cage. So I go out there and it's just everywhere.
Oh,
So I have to like clean everything at like 5 a.m, give him a bath. It was a shit. And it was actually on a game day, Saturday
shit
morning.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Oh, you came to the locker
I was
room
pissed.
fuming.
I was pissed. I had to drive him home at like 6:30 in the morning. I was like, Mom, you got to take him. I got to go like play lacrosse today. So that happened. That was probably one of like top 3, to say the least. But
Jesus.
yeah, that was brutal.
And we still keep loving him.
Yeah,
Still love him.
all the shit that I've done for that little guy.
All the shit he's done for you.
A lot of
Or dropped for you.
Yeah, definitely a lot of them, to say the least. But yeah, wouldn't change it for the world, you know.
Yeah. He's your buddy.
Yes, he is. The next 15 years of my life, probably.
There you go.
Yep.
I think it might be time for
Is it time?
my favorite segment.
That's Fridge's favorite segment.
All right, let's hear it.
It's time for our moment of the week.
Oh shit.
So this is any moment
Okay.
from throughout the week. It can be happy, sad, funny, in between, whatever it is. Like something that you wanna throw out as like this is a great moment that sums up the week.
Okay.
You don't go first.
No, I definitely gotta think. So
I know which one's mine.
Yeah, so I'm going to let you go first on this
let's
one.
hear it.
I talked about this when it happened. This was Wednesday night. We
Okay.
had our favorite class, Com 360 Public
Shout out
Relations.
Jana.
Shout out Jana Tidwell. That's our professor. She actually listens to a lot of our episodes too.
That's funny.
She's awesome.
So we had her class and we had a guest speaker come in,
Mhm.
and it is a Cabrini alum, Mr. Joe Holden, who
Okay.
works for CBS Philly. He's the chief investigative reporter, does a lot of the evening anchor. Cool ass dude. And obviously, as somebody who wants to go into the communication field and broadcasting, it's very similar to my interests. So I was like,
Definitely.
okay, this is gonna be awesome. Like, I'm very excited for this. Comes in, gives a great talk. It wasn't even like a presentation. Like, we were just like chopping it up with this guy.
Yeah.
It gets to the point where we start talking about the like Cabrini Villanova thing and like his perspective on it,
Yeah.
where it was when he found all of it out, and we just started going into like the background of what we believe happened. And I did a newspaper article earlier this year on like doing a deep dive into it, where I called the guys from D3 Sports who like were put out the article, like
Yeah.
announcing it,
Yeah.
asked them about like how they got to their process, blah blah blah, all that. So I brought it up where I was like, yeah, I wrote this article earlier this year, and like these D3 Sports guys, and he's like, oh yeah, like I actually read that, like it was a great article. And then later on in the night, he was saying like we were going through and saying what we want to do, and so it was like, Jared's Ferry want to go into sports broadcasting. He was like, you got the voice for it. And I was like,
Sweet.
I was like, is it hot in this room, or are my cheeks just getting really red for no reason?
You're like, really?
And then later, like when we wrapped up, went up and like said thank you for coming in, like shook his hand, all that.
Yeah.
And I was asking him because I kind of cheat on the lax on a little bit. I have a second podcast that I work on. It's called Talk 59. It's the Loquitur's newsroom podcast. And I asked him like, would you like to come on? Like, I'm a podcasting editor. Would you like to come on one of the days? He was like, yeah, of course. So I'm like, oh, what would be a good way to contact you? He's like, here's my phone number. Like, shoot me a
He
text.
just gave you a phone number.
And literally, I'm like, I walked out, and Nick had already gone home. But I walked out, and I'm like, that might have been the greatest night of my life.
He's like, I'm bricked up.
Literally, I was so excited. And
Yeah,
I got to come back and watch Survivor.
That's pretty cool. That's
So
pretty cool.
he gets back. So, like I said, I left before him. Super cool experience.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm
no matter
sure.
who you were. I mean, obviously, nerd,
Yeah.
but, like super cool.
Oh, and I'll wear it on my sleeve.
in the best way
Like,
possible. Yeah.
I walk back, and I'm like, am I such a nerd, or did I love that?
So I'm driving back, and I'm like, wow, like I'm.
Wait, you
that
guys,
was
you
super
guys don't drive to the same class together?
We have different schedules because we have practice and
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was there all day, but it was. I actually came back here to shower because we had 45 minutes after
Nice.
practice, so had some time.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Anyways, I get back here. I forget if it was during my ride or I get back here, but I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, he needs to make him his best friend.
100%.
Like, they're also the same person. Like the same person.
Yeah.
If you would have met this guy, you're like, yeah, that's Fridge 25 years. 20 years, to be fair to the guy. Maybe even 15. Who knows?
Maybe in 2.
He's an 02 guy. Graduated in 02. So we
So
can
he was-
do the math on that. He
So he was born.
21.
I was born when he graduated.
correct.
Jesus. Okay. So what's that age?
He'd be
40 something.
he's 21 years post Cabrini.
All right, so been about 21 years.
40
So-
something. Yeah.
Like 41, I'd give him.
Yeah.
So it's him when he's
You and-
that age.
yeah,
But
yeah.
he does investigative journalism. He's going to be doing.
I want to talk about sports.
Yeah, I'd probably
But
rather do that too.
It was so sick.
Yeah.
Again, he walks in and I'm like, you need to make that guy your best friend.
100%.
And he goes, was that not the coolest thing, or am I just a nerd? And I'm like, yeah, it was pretty sick.
Nah, it's pretty
It
cool,
was
but
pretty
you're
sick.
also a fucking nerd.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much.
Well,
that was the conversation.
Like Nate's in our class too, and I think
Oh,
I told him
God.
the next day. I was like, "Yo, like that was so sick last night." He's like, "That fucking sucked."
He's like, really? He's like, you want to go fishing?
He was like, "Yeah, it was kind of cool, but I just zoned out the entire time."
Yeah, obviously. I mean, if you're not interested in that
I
shit,
listened
like,
to every word.
there you go. That's why you guys are roommates. Right? Yeah. Off camera fist bump.
Wordle.
Nicholas,
go.
your moment of the week.
Moment of the week was today. I was able to go home and have some dinner with the folks.
There you
my
go.
brother and his girlfriend. Yeah, good
Little
time.
things.
Lovely.
Little things.
Had spaghetti and meatballs.
There you go.
Some brejol and sausage. Also
It's money.
delicious.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's great.
Johnny.
I'm gonna have to go with yesterday, Waldo's birthday.
Oh, how can you not?
That kid had a hell of a time, let me tell you. Started off, Kyle comes home from working all day. We pull in about the same time. He ices him right in the driveway. Perfect start to the night. Bring him out to Westchester, bring him to a few different bars. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those bars, but we went to Saloon, we went to Barnaby's, which is like a staple, and then we went to GBU, which is like the country bar down there. And he had a good time. We kept asking him on a scale of 1 to 10, and by the end of the night, he was at a 10. So he did good, and it was fun. It was a good time. So
Shout out the Hunter Waldron episode.
yeah.
I think that was
Yeah.
episode number 3.
yeah,
that we did.
he's an early guy.
Shout out Waldo.
Yeah, but that was definitely good. He was happy. He had a good time.
That's good.
We brought this up last week for my 21st. We want to do a case race on the podcast.
Oh God! Like you two or like multiple people?
What we would have loved.
Like what's the
So we have like
what are the specs?
different ideas.
Yeah.
So like the one way I thought of it is like we could, in reality, get like 4 groups of 2,
Okay.
and
Is this gonna be people that have been on the
everybody would
podcast?
have their own mic.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Everybody would have
Since you
their
have
own
4
mic,
mics.
and nobody would wear headphones. Okay.
Oh God.
But it would be grouped up, and like we have the computers for it.
Yeah.
We have like there's ways it could be done. The only
100%.
hard part would be if 8 people would all stay seated to drink while talking
For, like,
and
an hour and a half.
I'm gonna have to go with.
and just for like the circulation
We-
of like
we have plenty of
audio
time.
and everything.
Okay.
Like that.
We have time to work out the kinks.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
that was an idea that we brought up like last year. I said,
Okay.
it's like when we're both 21, like let's do a case race.
Yeah. That would definitely be some quality
Oh,
content.
that'd be hilarious.
Very very funny.
Hilarious.
I would like to be a part of that, to say the least.
Well,
I think.
put you on the list.
All right. Perfect.
Actually, I have an honorable mention moment of the week. I just remember this. This was yesterday. As I mentioned, we went to your son's football game.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and I think I was drinking like an orange juice or something, like for breakfast. And I'm taking a sip, and I like out of nowhere just feel like just something's in my mouth, and I'm like, what is going on? Then I feel a giant sting, and I fucking spit my orange juice out. Everyone thinks I'm throwing up. I like spit it out. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? There's a bee in my cup.
Are you
Came in,
serious?
tagged me on the inside of the lip, and it was just like I started like not
Oh
freaking
my
out,
God.
but I just started in typical me fashion. I just started laughing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're like-
I think I just got stung by a bee trying to take a sip,
In
and
my
then
mouth.
and then Mrs. Evans comes up to me and she's like, "Oh, yep, your lip is definitely swollen." She's asking me all the mom questions like, "Are you allergic? Do you need an Advil? Do you want a
Yeah.
Benadryl?" I'm like, "No, I'll ride it out.
I
Like,
think
it
I'm
should
good."
be fine." But then the rest of the day, and even like today when I was coaching, I still like feel the little bump.
Oh
I'm like,
yeah,
You
definitely.
can see it from the outside
actually,
when you just brush your face. Yeah, you can see it.
A little bit, yeah.
second time I've ever been stung by a bee.
Dude, I have a bad bee story, if we're on the topic of that. I was probably like 16, 17. I was working, and I ran over a yellow jacket's nest with my mower. Had no idea and got blindsided. Probably got stung like fucking 20 times. And I'm just running through people's front yards like shirtless, like swatting bees away. And I funny story, I wasn't working for myself. I was working for like an older dude that I used to work for. And he comes like around the, like, because I was cutting the front of the house. He was doing the backs. He comes around the front. I'm just laying on the ground. He's like, what the fuck happened, dude? I'm like, I just got stung like 20 times.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was brutal.
It's actually my worst nightmare.
It was the first lawn of the day. So like 7:30, 7:45 in the morning, I'm just laying there dead. I'm like, okay, great start to my day.
You woke them up.
I
They were
did.
angry.
I did. I ran over, and they were not happy at all.
Damn.
That was probably my worst bee story ever. There's been a few, but that takes the cake.
Take the cake.
I've only ever been stung a handful of times.
Dude. Well, doing like landscaping, you're like trimming bushes and stuff, and they just pop out of nowhere and get you. But that one's definitely one, which I hated.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Yeah, my only other time I got tagged in the back of the, like right on the Achilles, walking from Dixon to class. And Gers still like says to this day it was karma because we were at lift. And I thought that he left without me. So I just like walked out of Dixon. I'm like, okay, I'm going to class. He was waiting for me in the locker room. So he comes chasing after me. He's like, yeah, like, why didn't you wait for me? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay, my bad. Not even 5 seconds later, Mother Nature or
Just
God, whoever,
gotcha.
just literally says like, we're going to get him.
And just
Sends a bee. I had no idea. I'd never been stung before, so I didn't know what the
dude.
sensation felt like. So I
Not
felt like
fun.
this. It was the same feeling in my mouth where I was
Yeah.
like, something's weird on my ankle or like something. And I'm like, whoa, why does that hurt really bad? And then I saw the bee fly away and I'm like, I just got stung.
Yep.
And I was sitting in class. I got this stinger out, but I was sitting there and like it started to swell up and it started to like, you know, not feel very
No.
good. And I was like, fuck, am I going to find out if I'm allergic right now? Like,
Dude.
just going to anaphylactic shock in the middle of ECG 100.
Oh my god. Yeah. Try that times 20. It was.
It's just, yeah, 20 of them.
Yeah, it was brutal. It was
Especially-
not.
Especially yellow jackets.
Dude, they hurt.
They're
But yeah.
nasty little buggers.
Yeah, they suck.
I hate this fucking commercial.
What is? Oh my god. Hey Rita, did you buy a lottery ticket?
I hate it.
Yeah, it's brutal. I didn't think they were gonna start
Last
playing
week
these.
We were watching Survivor and it came on and I explained to him that this is older than like my oldest family member.
I literally think that since I was born, this commercial's been airing.
It's literally and, like Phil, our second favorite
Phil,
groundhog.
yeah, second favorite groundhog, Pennsylvania Lottery.
Fucking
Shout
dude,
out.
Fucking A.
Yep, make the seasons bright. The commercial's back, and it's not even Thanksgiving yet.
Oh, don't even get me started on
Yep.
that. I'm a huge no Christmas until after Thanksgiving.
Really,
Massive.
I do believe in that, but I am a huge Christmas guy, to say the least.
I love Christmas too.
Yeah.
But I don't like getting my hopes up when Christmas season is not in effect.
No, I get that because
I'm not like a big Thanksgiving guy. I'm like, oh, Thanksgiving's the best holiday.
Yeah, no.
Honestly, it's an overrated holiday.
it's
Like, it
super
sucks.
super mid.
It sucks.
You're not
Yeah.
thankful for genocide?
Got me there.
You're not thankful for the bee that stung you in the mouth.
Yeah.
mean,
No,
that's-
fuck that guy.
It was a girl. It was a girl bee. Why'd you gender it?
Bitch.
I'm
Dick.
struggling.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Anyways, I don't like getting my hopes up that like Christmas is happening, so I have a firm like I
Okay.
can't see or like start being excited for Christmas until after, because then it's less than a
No,
month.
it's definitely like when I was younger, at least, I don't really know since I'm not like living at home, but we would do like the day after Thanksgiving, we put up our Christmas decorations.
Absolutely,
That's like usually when it happens.
That's how it should.
Because then
be.
you have like a good month of like your Christmas shit, and then usually it doesn't get taken down until like after New Year's, just because you're busy and stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's kind of what people do. But there's people putting them up already, dude.
I know,
Trees are up.
and I'm vehemently against it. And
Yeah.
everyone, like people know me, know that like it fires me up. Like I've always joked, if I get into a position of power, like if I ever become the president, I will make it a law. Like you are not allowed to celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas until after Thanksgiving. I will set that in stone.
I mean, it definitely makes sense.
Passionate.
The president doesn't make laws.
No.
Oh, he like approves them. I would make it a part of my agenda. Like that would be a running
I like that.
a thing in my campaign where it's like, okay,
No Christmas till after Thanksgiving.
yeah, it's like
If you hate it, don't vote for me.
I want
Or
world
you
peace.
would get rid of Thanksgiving. just so Christmas can start.
Yeah, you
after
could just get rid of
Halloween.
Thanksgiving and then just be like, hey,
And you
we're
have 2
starting
months
Christmas.
to prepare.
So you know what? I could think about that. I could get behind that. Because if Thanksgiving didn't exist, then I would say, like, you know what? Christmas season can be extended.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me go a
'cause I
step
feel
further.
But like then
I feel
again, like
Christmas is such a late November, December thing.
Let me go a step
yes.
further. You get rid of November, and you just
All
make
of November.
December 60 days.
60 days of just like, you know, they do the 30 days of Christmas.
It's just 60 days of
60
December.
days of Christmas.
You have the first half of December, and then it gets you have the warm half of December
But
and
I
the
feel
cold
like that
half of December.
Like a day like today is perfect Christmas weather.
It's the first half of December.
Yes.
This, yo,
Wait, what?
it's the first day of December.
When?
Well, it's not actually like it's November, it's
like-
November 12th.
Yeah.
But he's saying like when that first cold day comes, like that's when December starts. And it's acceptable to start
Here we
celebrating
are.
It's
Christmas.
December, but it's still it's still the first half of December.
That
But
would
it's getting cold.
That would be.
That'd be
yeah,
pretty dope.
That's what you should do. You hate Thanksgiving,
I'm a
so you get rid of
huge-
an entire month.
Yes. No, well, I don't know though. I kind
Because
of
also like Thanksgiving's overrated because you get a Thanksgiving dinner for Christmas dinner.
exactly.
I don't
It's
know
like
if that's just it basically is the exact same stuff except it's better. Like turkey, cool. Ham, way better. Big ham guy.
Yeah, okay. I can agree with on that. I definitely like ham, but turkey is just like the tradition.
It hits
You know
the
what I
spot,
mean?
but like I would
For like that day.
So I used to be like I wouldn't eat the turkey. I would have a ham cooked for me because I was like I don't
Really?
I just didn't fuck with turkey when I was
Yeah,
younger.
you're like I don't really feel like eating it for
Yeah,
no reason.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I want to enjoy my meal. And
Makes
like
sense.
I hated mashed potatoes. We already brought that up.
Yeah, it's crazy take, but
okay.
I get it.
It's just drilling the stuffing.
Yeah,
Just fucking
fucking hammering the stuffing.
spoonfuls.
I would.
So I know I did not mention it earlier, and I will take full responsibility for that. But you are an avid listener, so I did not think I had to. This is the part of the episode where we will get to our draft.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Have you thought of any topics that you would like to draft?
I definitely have not.
That is okay.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have 1,000.
So we can start brainstorming, and I will go into. So my mother will
Yes,
periodically go
Give you some
through
topics.
and send a bunch of lists. Let me scroll up and try to find it. Also, I see she bought a Michael Myers Chia Pet right before October, out of nowhere, like right before Halloween. Just saw that scrolling through, so shout out to that. I hope it looks good, Mom.
That works.
Where are we? Here we go. She did some research for this, apparently.
Okay.
Top 5 family vacations.
Okay.
Top 5 most expensive things you ever bought. Top 5 scariest roller coasters. Halloween movies we already did. And we can't do Christmas carols. I refuse.
Yeah, no, not yet. That's another thing. I hate when they start playing Christmas carols like
Yeah.
early as shit. Yeah.
Like what was our draft last week? It was really
Video
good.
games,
Video
right?
games.
Video games.
That was on brand with Fortnite dropping.
That was a good one.
Trying to think of like what could be because the more broad a topic,
You do apps.
the better. Apps.
Apps.
Top, yeah.
Like Applebee's.
That's actually.
Oh, even better. Appetizers.
Crazy.
Oh,
Wait,
fuck.
we might have just hit something
I
there.
think we hit it.
See, that's how you already know. Like
Yeah.
when it happens, you just like hit gold
fuck,
right
there it
away.
is.
You get the number 1 pick.
Oh God! So I get to pick first.
So we're doing the appetizers. Here's the pro tip: you gotta write them
Gotta write
down
'em down.
because we will do a recap at the end.
All right.
If you don't write it down, you are fucked.
Perfect. So I'm writing down my number 1 pick of appetizers.
Yep.
What is it going to be? Get us started.
All right.
Also, pause. I just love how I have just bare evidence
Oh,
written,
there you go. That's perfect.
written 50 times in my notes.
That's perfect. All right, let's see. So, all right, I got to brainstorm. I'm going to go with, I feel like this is like a fan favorite. I'm going to go with boneless wings.
That is the unanimous.
That's
number one pick.
probably like number 1 app that people, around here like. So that's going to be my.
That was going to be my number 1 pick.
That's
so
going to be my Uno.
I think that's
I actually had a different number 1 pick.
I think I know.
I want to
where
hear
you're
it
leaning.
because I think.
Well, we'll see if we'll hear it because we got to do our rock paper scissors.
We do, but are you going to steal it? That's the real question.
We'll see. I got to win first.
Am I on camera?
Back it up right there.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn it.
Bitch.
Damn.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Bitch.
Damn.
Bone-in wings.
That is not
Okay.
where I was going to go.
That's, I this is what I'm saying with those. I would rather have the bone, but our generation's lazy, so they want boneless.
I like glorified chicken nuggets.
There you go.
Love bone-in
I'm a
wings.
big bone-in guy. That sounds really fucking.
That's okay.
We're not gonna say what I.
We can
Yeah,
pause for
no.
dramatic effect. Drum or flat?
Flat.
Drum.
Flat.
There you go. Dude,
I'm
They're
gonna
both good.
take what I thought you were gonna go with. The number 2 appetizer, the mozzarella stick.
okay.
Yeah, that's good.
That's solid. That's actually, yeah.
Everybody likes it.
I'm very happy with that one.
Yeah, they're
Let me
great.
hear it.
I'm gonna have to go with cheesesteak egg rolls.
Good one.
Unreal.
Yeah,
So-
those are gas.
I'm gonna take fried calamari off the board.
Calamari.
Dude, that was probably gonna be number 3 for me. It's pretty good.
Kind of torn
Yeah.
where I want to go here.
I already got my 3 written down.
Oh, you're ready to go. Like you're.
Oh, dude, I do this every time.
Okay.
Yeah,
I write down my 5 as fast as possible.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna brainstorm as we go.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get controversial here.
Oh God.
No, I'm gonna save that for later.
Okay.
Okay. Oh fuck. So many options.
He just looks up Applebee's menu.
Low key. Oh, here we go. The onion ring.
That's a great
That's
pick.
solid. That is definitely solid. I'm a big onion ring guy.
It was when you said calamari, I was like fried. We're gonna
Fried
have
stuff.
something fried.
Fried, yeah.
All right.
And I have one that it's probably gonna be my 5, and I don't think anyone's gonna take it.
Hopefully not, but I might take it at 3, maybe 4.
This is gonna be a crazy take. But I'm gonna have to go with 3 for appetizers. Guacamole.
Ooh.
Chips and guac.
Yeah, like that's just like solid, or
a
like
good one.
chips and cake, like just like something light before the meal.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know if that's like considered an appetizer, but
Definitely.
I mean,
No,
I think I'm gonna go with that.
If you're at a Mexican restaurant, like that is your appetizer.
That's your appetizer.
Yeah, like I think I'm gonna go with that because I'm like a big. Over the years, I've kind of developed a love for guacamole,
I like that.
and like getting a good like homemade guacamole is nothing different. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's good.
Plaza Azteca. If you
Mm.
guys ever want to get that, they come to your table and make it in front of you.
Gas.
Yeah, so it's a shout out.
My number 3, I'm gonna go with potato skins.
Potato skins. Okay.
Potato skins, those are very good actually.
Everyone say hi to Marissa. Marissa just walked in and walked by.
Hello.
Hello.
My number 3, I'm gonna go with the jalapeno popper.
Ooh.
Solid.
I gotta
That
say.
reminds me of post Flyers game drama.
Yeah.
Jalapeno poppers at where the hell did we go?
Jesus, Kelly's Corner.
Yeah. Yep.
Crazy day.
That was Kyle Cotillo.
We'll be running
Again,
it- we'll be
lost
running
his
it back.
wallet on 95.
We'll never
We
forget
found
that. We found it because
Yeah, we
we
found
took a video and the wallet was just like in the background.
Yeah, it was definitely a good time.
Iconic.
Yeah.
All right, number 4.
I'm up for 4.
What did you say?
I took jalapeno poppers.
That's right.
That is a solid choice. Let me think here. Oh, I'm gonna go with nachos.
Oh.
Those are like, I mean, that's like a staple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that hasn't got picked yet.
What's your choice of protein? Just one answer.
I'm gonna go beef, like ground beef.
I'm a big chicken guy.
Yeah,
Chicken
Not
steak or
nachos.
beef are fine. I
yeah.
like it
I'm
all.
usually a beef guy. I like the
Pulled pork and brisket sometimes.
That sounds amazing.
Believe it or not, when I was in Ireland, I got pulled pork nachos from the one pub I went
Sounds
to.
so good.
They did. That was gas.
That sounds unreal. But
I'm gonna take my number 4 with buffalo chicken dip.
Ooh, yup.
that's unreal.
Yup.
That's like I have that and guac neck and neck for like dips.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Those are like 1 and 2, or like 1 and 1 almost. Like if you ask me, like it's all what I'm in the mood for that day. You know what I mean? I don't know. How about you? Are you guac or buff chick?
Buff chick.
I'm not a big guac fan.
All right, well there you go. That's the answer.
Yeah, there's a time and a place though. Like
Dude,
avocado is good on
definitely.
a sandwich. Like if you're gonna
Yes.
hike, because I'm just not a fan of an avocado taste.
There you go. They're definitely interesting, but
Yeah.
mixed with all the other stuff.
I'll take like a mild to medium spicy guac.
Okay,
I think
yeah,
good,
that's
but
solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Also, not a big fan of the taste
The
of.
taste. They're just plain. Not really.
Yeah.
For my number 4, I think this is where I start to get a little bit crazy. I'm taking bang bang shrimp.
That's a really
Okay.
good one.
Yeah,
It's
that's very
it's a
good.
little bit out there. It's a little bit out
Definitely
there.
is, but I'm thinking like,
My seafood fans though, like
yeah,
you love that
that's
shit.
it right there.
The
We're
one
up
eats on
at
time.
5 already.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. I'm gonna have to go with. I got like 2 in my head right now. It's coming down to the wire.
This is always the hardest one.
Yeah,
Because it's like what's going to make the cut on my roster and what's going to be an honorable mention.
I agree.
Thanks for saying that.
This could be crazy, but I'm gonna go with pretzel bites.
Oh,
Like stuffed with cheese.
great pick.
It's a great pick.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's a really
or
good
even
pick.
just like normal pretzel sticks or a Bavarian pretzel.
Yeah. I'm a huge pretzel and
guy.
cheese guy.
I'm just a big pretzel fan in general.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I love that you guys have Philly Pretzel Factory,
Oh my god.
and I'm making up for it. Nick always says, like,
They're so good.
you grew up with it at every single event. I'm making
yeah.
up for the years that I didn't grow up with it at every single event by just enjoying every time I see
Every
it.
tournament.
Put it
it's
this
like-
way: when I say like every event, Tuesdays and Thursdays, every single year, 1 through 8, I had them in school.
Yeah.
In high
There's
school, I had
pretzel
them
day.
every single Wednesday.
We had
So
pretzel day on Friday.
They
when I was
were
a young
around forever. My entire youth, they were
Yeah.
around.
You can't get away from them.
And now I go to work, and it's like we work weddings and banquets and all that shit, and it's like, yep, there's a tray of Philly pretzels. Let me snag one.
You
Yep.
literally can't get away from it.
Nope.
They're the
They
best.
have all the dips and
Just about to talk about them. They're great.
go to Philly Pretzel Factory dip.
Honey mustard.
Okay.
Oh, if you don't get the cinnamon, you're fucking nuts.
I was just gonna. I'm like
Cinnamon and
torn.
chocolate are good.
Dude. The cheese.
The cheese, oh, great, yeah.
I don't
Nacho
know.
cheese.
Like, is that like? That's like OG, but like,
It's
is that?
energy, but you can get that anywhere. I don't think you
Exactly.
can get
The
and
cinnamon
chocolate.
is-
Yeah,
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go cinnamon.
I don't think I've ever had the cinnamon.
it was at Cold Sales last year.
We might have to go buy it like now, just to, they're closed.
It's like
but-
one of those things I remember. My number 5. I'm happy that you said bang bang shrimp because this made me think of shrimp. I was going on the seafood wrap. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna take because I don't want you to take it. But I don't think you would have 2 shrimps. I'm gonna go with shrimp cocktail.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's solid. That's like a normal.
Bring me to my youth. I would always get that.
You go to a party, also always there.
Mhm.
So solid.
So this is, I mentioned, like, this is going to be a kind of a crazy take here. But I had these for the first time this summer.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of this item. I've never had this specific version. And when I had it, it changed my life.
Okay.
Going with the deep fried pickle.
Oh my God, fried pickles.
Fried pickles are unbelievable.
That's gonna be that would have been honorable mention.
Like, that's steam, but I think it changed my life so much. And like I just said with the pretzels, like it hasn't been in my life, and I wish that it always was there.
Have you ever had like I don't even know like the color of it, the sauce that they give you with it? It's like tartar sauce and something else mixed together. It's so fucking good. You dip one of them pickles in there, it's unreal.
All I know is I had it in Denver with Cityside. I had it for the first time, and I literally like took a bite and I looked at one of my players, and I was like, I think I just peaked. Like,
Yeah.
that might be the great. That I'm a big pickle fan.
So am I.
Fucking love pickles.
Me too.
I mean, you fry anything, it makes it better.
Exactly.
Oh, fried
Yeah.
pickles number
They're,
5.
they're
Deserved
definitely.
All right, let's hear the recap, John.
All right.
Any
so-
honorable mentions before we get there?
Honestly, I kind of ran out of ideas. For,
I had.
I was gonna say French fries. But that's a side.
That's so yeah. That's also
Yeah, it's too. Yeah,
what if going crazy here. Spinach artichoke dip.
I was gonna be an honorable. Yeah.
That's solid. Like that's
Depends where you go though.
yeah. Some people
places
make it good. Some
Shit.
people's like eh.
You know, it's
breadsticks,
Breadsticks.
an even
bites.
crazier pick. Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts.
Yeah. I love
So-
Definitely,
Brussels
that's a
sprouts.
side. That's another side. I feel like it's on that.
Yeah.
Some places it's an
Some
app.
places it
It's
is.
an appetizer at one of my favorite restaurants back home, Dimitri's, and it's got like a Parmesan cheese, like balsamic vinegar glaze, and you can get it with this like bacon jam. Unbelievable. They're
Oh.
fried to perfection.
I
They're
just looked this up. Like deviled eggs. Are you a deviled egg guy?
no,
I like the egg.
Yeah, I'm a huge like egg salad
not a
person.
mayo guy.
No, same here.
All right, well, I'll
It's
just
okay.
just keep that on
I
the
was
back
gonna.
burner.
We can mention any salads, but they're salads. They're not apps.
Yeah.
But soups and salads. I was also gonna
It's
say
its own
soups.
category.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
their own
Yeah,
its own category. Yeah.
I think that's it then. I think I'm all out.
Little Capri skewers, mozzarella,
Yup.
tomato,
Oh yeah,
Very good.
solid,
gasoline. All right.
solid.
I think that's
It's
a
like
good try.
gasoline's not on the Capri side. Skewers.
Also, gasoline is not a good appetizer. Don't
Yeah,
do
no,
it.
not
It's
that.
also very expensive.
We're trade professionals. Don't try this at home.
Been there, done that.
It's expensive.
It's tough.
Yeah.
In review.
My one, boneless wings, My 2, cheesesteak egg rolls. My 3 is guac. My 4 is nachos. My 5 is pretzel bites.
That's a really good team.
It's a great
Pretty
list.
solid.
One of these days we should do a draft like that, and then like at the end of the show, go buy all the items we had and see who has the best spread.
Yeah. Honestly, that would probably work.
I
That's fire.
can picture that being a delicious like
I
pregame
think
meal.
so too. It's like that's like the NFL Sunday package
Yeah,
right
like
there.
that's a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
feast.
that's what I'm throwing out if I'm having a Super Bowl party. I don't think anything else. Well, there might be a few, but that's like maybe not guac.
Yeah,
But like everything else is pretty good on there.
You're replacing the guac with the buff chick dip.
100%. That's the kind of energy we
that's the
needed
one
there.
trade. That's the deadline move.
That's it.
Going off buff chick dip, I also have bone-in wings, fried calamari, potato skins, and shrimp cocktail.
Yeah,
Solid group.
very
Solid
solid.
group. I'm very impressed with my group. Mozzarella sticks, onion rings, jalapeno poppers, bang bang shrimp, fried pickles.
So you went very fried on
Yeah.
your list.
Big fry guy.
Yep.
Massive fry guy.
There you go. Solid.
I think a lot of flavor.
If you take away the GDE, he's Jason Fry.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
That might have been the top 3 stupidest things I've ever heard. It's true though. It's true though.
not
Fucking
wrong.
I mean,
He makes a point.
He
Actually,
does make a point.
the stupidest thing I ever heard came out of my mouth last weekend. It was something like I woke up and like I had cotton mouth and I was like, I wish there was a word for anti-hydration. Like that would be me. And then I was like,
You're like, holy shit.
dehydrated.
There it is. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like top 10.
That's very.
Top 5.
I thought to myself, like, I can't believe I verbally processed that. Or in my head, it went through like all the layers of filters, and I
Yeah.
still decided I'm like, I need to say this out loud.
Dude, I have a few dumb moments, but I have one in particular. Not to dim the mood, but we were at a funeral and we were like in the line, and this was like I don't even remember how old I was. I was probably in like middle school, and I saw Immaculata University on the back of someone's car. I go, Mom, what is Immaculata? And she's like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, I was like, what? She's like, that's a college. It's called Immaculata. I was like, oh, okay. So that was a good one. I also, going back to my family, my dad one time, you know the word subtle?
Yeah.
That was a T. He goes, yeah, subtle. I go, dude, you're like 50. Let's figure it out of here. But yeah, that was a good one.
You just sounded out, man.
Yeah, it was good. We've definitely had a few of them. But,
Before all the stupid comments, it was a great draft.
yeah, I think that was like
that was great.
top 3.
I put it in my top 5 because I can't really think of any other
Yeah.
drafts other than what I had last week.
There you go.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
solid.
that was good.
Definitely
because
good.
I would eat every
Because
single
I'm actually
thing.
hungry again.
Yeah,
So.
I would destroy all of our lists.
Yeah.
Any final words that you'd like to say? Any shout outs here? It's just been an awesome conversation.
Yeah,
It
this
really
was
has.
definitely
It's lit.
good.
I'm glad we were able to squeeze you in.
Yeah, very good. Very last minute. I was kind of like, yo, you guys have any availability this week? But yeah, shout outs. I wanted to shout out I haven't really talked about them until my parents, my brother. Great people, you know. Everyone's met them. Everyone loves them. I wouldn't be who I am today without them. So I just want to give them a shout out. You know, that's about it. That's all for me today. How about you guys?
We shout out one person every time, and
Steve Goldfors. No.
too
soon.
It's not him.
A little too
It's
soon.
not him.
Yeah, my
We
bad.
shout out people that go down with the ship.
Okay. Yeah, very true.
Yeah, and that person is Jules. Shout out
Our
Jules.
favorite artist.
There you go.
Shout out Jules.
Shout out Jules. Speaking of Jules, I played golf with him on Saturday.
Fire.
Tough outing for the kid, let me tell you.
I was talking with him
He
about
was
that
not
today.
having it.
Coffee hut.
Not Duffy
Not
Hut.
tough.
Not
Negative.
Duffy Hut.
But
Negative tough.
yeah, he was having a struggle. But me and Mario were killing it.
Hell yeah.
Shout out Mario Leone.
Mario
Yes.
Leone
We were
episode
do-
last week.
We were doing well. We definitely were hitting the ball well.
It's awesome.
Shout out to him. We did well.
And as we said, shout out Jules. He's on the rise. And his favorite song, our favorite song.
He always will be.
Let's cue it. Thank you guys for listening.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey, yo, water boy. Yeah, I be stargazing. I be up in the clouds, but I won't come down cause I be too faded. Everybody wanna walk that talk, wanna talk that talk like we made it. But they all gon' cap, swear to God I'll make the money right back. Bitches be trippin', don't know how to act. You just be singing, don't know how to rap. I really be be running this shit like I'm Owen. She like a wave, I'm loving her motion. It's like I'm sipping straight up on the potion. Water be dripping and feel like and the ocean. I know that I'm different cause I'm from the other side. She's saying that she want me, girl, that's capping, girl, you lying. Everything I ever did, all I do is right. You could never say it cause you switched up and you lie. Had to switch up and you lie. Yeah, I be stargazing, I be up in the clouds, but I won't come down cause I be too faded. Everybody wanna walk that talk, wanna talk that talk like we made it, but they all gon' cap. Swear to God I'll make the money right back. Bitches be tripping, don't know how to